Hey everybody, this is Tasha with Prep For It. I have my co-host Mouse Toes over there on the opposite side of the screen. She'll be talking us through this process today, step by step. Hey Kathleen, Trish, I don't know who else is out there. Demeter, I think was. Okay, so we're going to go over our equipment. First of all, we're going to do an equipment check. So our lid to our canner. We're going to flip this over and make sure everything's tight. Make sure our, what is that called? Pressure or not?
Emergency relief at the back?
No, it's the front one.
The vent petcock, but it's not the vent lock cover.
Yeah, the vent lock thing is moving freely, but it's tight. And then our little emergency release is moving freely. It's not dried or cracked. Make sure our seal is not dried or cracked. It's still flexible. I put a little bit of oil on it. So we're checking that. And do you want to go over what all needs to be filled with water or?
Yes. So
okay.
Now what we're doing, we've got Alicia Stone up there. We got Sandra, Susanna. All right. So what everybody's doing or should be doing is have their canner somewhere between low and medium, because we're going to be putting hot jars of a hot packed green beans. Once we fill them, add hot water, put the lid and the ring on, we'll be using the jar lifter to set them into the canner. So we don't want a thermal shock situation where if the canner's full of cool well water that you're putting a hot jar in there, it could break. But we don't want your canner boiling because it's going to take us a few minutes to fill up our jars. So right now, everybody should have their water boiling to blanch the beans. And so they should have a pot of water, enough water to cover your beans. And once it's at a rolling boil, then you're going to toss your beans in. And even though the boiling subsides, you're going to time 3 minutes. We're going to blanch them. If you have more beans than can fit in your pot, you'll just drag them out. And Oily, if you have yours handy to where you could hold this sieve up, you could then scoop them out of that boiling water, toss them into a colander so that you can add more beans. But it's going to be a 3-minute blanch, even though that water does not come back to a boil when you put them in there. Your lid should be hot. And you should have all your canning stuff, your funnel. And in the name of God, have your Pokey Joe. Okay?
Right.
We got to be done.
So we'll need the slotted spoon.
Yes.
Pot holder. Your small pan or bowl with hot water in it with your lids. A ladle. A Pokey Joe, which is a debubbler. A funnel, a bowl with a paper towel in the bottom of it to sit our jars in when we're getting them ready to put our green beans in and everything. A small bowl or cup with vinegar in it and some paper towels or a clean rag to wipe your rims. Some silicone tongs so that you don't scrape up your jars. A jar lifter. Headspace measurer if you have it, a large bowl to put your blanched green beans in, some canning salt if you choose to use it, plus a half teaspoon measure spoon, a towel to put your hot jars on. So that should be all your supplies, and then a little sieve like this. So pull your blanched green beans out, or you can use your slotted spoon if you need to, if you don't have anything like this.
And bear in mind, we're going step by step in this. So it may not be that exciting, but for new canners and people who want to can with a buddy, this is a great way to do it. So we'll hang. Most everyone has their beans snapped. Alicia Stone has her husband as her tech Sherpa, who's gotten her set up, and her setup was perfect. She had her whole Canon kit out, the jar lifter, thought out very carefully where she's going to put her jars when she brings them out. So we're quite excited to do it step by step.
Yes.
And I've got a storm.
Oh, go ahead.
I have a storm brewing, but I should be fine because I've got solar battery backup. If I go out, I'll just come back in through the link Tasha gave me.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And then I welcome Alicia Stone, Sandra, and Susanna up here on the panel with us today to can. Susanna will keep her camera off, but she'll show the finished product when she is finished.
Yes.
So yeah, I think we're doing good. Alicia, how's the beans coming along? Hey, Hillbilly. Hey, Kathleen, Christine, SOP.
P2E.
I'm still working on it.
Okay.
Suburban
How many
Hillbilly.
more do you have to go, Alicia?
She muted and went right back to it.
I've got like 5 handfuls still.
Okay. That's not bad.
And the thing to remember about green beans, and Tasha and I talked about this, is you might not have stringless. And you can make them any length you want as long as they'll fit in your jar, your pints, because remember, we're all doing pints also. Those are going to be on camera canning. And if they have strings, you want to pull them, or those strings become very tough in the canning process. They really do.
Yep. I didn't snap my beans. I just cut them.
Right. These are the green beans I have.
Woo! There you go.
Oh, nice. See, that's like my big yellow Tupperware vintage bowl. That thing's holding some beans right there.
Yeah, I cut all mine and then I put them in 2 baggies like this. So big gallon bag.
Just what Susanna has there is how I set up a big bowl after I've blanched them, run them through a colander. I dump my green beans in that big plastic bowl, and then I scoop that out with my slotted spoon into my pint jar. So that was a perfect visual, Susanna.
Yeah,
thank you.
I have my large bowl here to put my blanched green beans in.
Cool. It just makes it easier to scoop out of something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, Tasha.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have all my little tools over here. And this regulator will work just fine. The one that came with my canner for this, right, Mal?
Yes.
No matter what my...
That's right. It's a pressure regulator because you know your dial gauge is accurate. Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. Just making sure, double checking.
Yeah, I like that you're using that because the word jiggler has confused so many people, but it's what we've all called it, since they came out. But your jiggler is a weighted pressure gauge. Your dial gauge is your pressure dial gauge. So it is a very good thing. It's more than just a little, but Tasha knows her gauge is accurate. So she has no worries. Because she's married to a manly man.
Manly man.
Yes. I didn't marry a girlfriend. I married a darn man who could figure out if my gauge is right, stuff like that.
I replaced my seal, even though I hadn't used my canner much in the last 2 years, since this little emergency pressure valve thing seemed like it was getting a little cracked on the edges. I was like, I'm just going to replace everything on that just to be on the safe side.
See, and that is super smart because that sealing kit is very affordable, even nowadays. You know what I mean? And they're still readily available, and it gives you peace of mind. Now, if that emergency, that little black thing ever goes up in the air, it's going to make some steam and water come out of it. But remember, we should all have a vent hood going, right, when we're venting 10 minutes or whatever. So it is going to spew stuff out, but it's on our stove. We're not standing over it. It's not next to our sofa. So even if that were to ever happen, that the pressure got too high, that's the reason it's there. It's going to fly into the air. It's rubber. It ain't taking out your vent hood. It ain't going to poke your eye out because you ain't hanging over it. You know? Hey, Iovoke.
Okay, so if you're over on Pilled, I can't have a separate window open. I'm not even sure if CB's daughter is over there doing this, you know, doing the modding for me. So if you're over there, I just want to tell you, I'm not ignoring you. I promise. I don't have enough bandwidth to open 2 windows. So I will check out any questions after the live stream is over, or if you have questions before that, like that need to be addressed immediately, you can email me at cllmecrzy@gmail.com. And I have my screen right here where my email is, so that if I get a notification, I can pop right in there. Okay. Hey, Bella. So yeah, so email me if you have immediate questions, and I will be happy to answer those questions right away. If CB's daughter is over there, CB's daughter can text me those questions. Okay. But I'm not ignoring you. It will just buffer us if I try to open a separate window. Okay. So how are we doing, Alicia?
And Tasha, is this Alicia's first time pressure canning?
Yes, it is. And I've got 3 handfuls left.
Okay, see, this is what this whole thing was about, was, you know, being the cannon Sherpas for somebody brand new. And I'm so impressed knowing it's her first time, how well she had it set up.
Yeah, I'm excited for.
Yes. And her husband got the tech right for it. It was like, it takes a village, right? That's awesome, Alicia.
Yeah. It seems a bit nerve-wracking when you're first doing it, but and just so everybody knows, you know, I will put out a video, and I'm sorry the video came out so late last night. It took several hours for that stupid video to upload to let everybody know what in the world was you would need. So I will try to work on making sure that's done sooner than that next time, since it did take so long. But since we've got this first canning session ready, you know, we'll be good to go. We'll have
that video was really good though, Tasha. You did a great job, because it's not easy to verbalize and
gosh, I was like, and
it's hard. It's very hard. We don't write scripts. We're just chicks on YouTube, man.
Yeah, no kidding.
I thought you did really well.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for sending me all those pics and stuff that I needed for that too. Yeah. And you saw where I added additional labels to some of the things just in case you didn't know what they were. I thought I better add those just in case.
That was perfect.
Okay. All right. So everybody's got their water in their canner and a splash of vinegar, and we've got it on low to medium, warming up. We've got water in a blanch pot, warming up. So it's starting to simmer. We've got water in
a 1 level canner, Tasha, or a 2 level?
I think she's just doing 1 level.
Okay.
All right. And we've got water in a large pot, covering the jars plenty with water, starting to simmer to get those jars hot. Well, we'll also use that water to make sure there's enough to where we can ladle it out and put it over our green beans. And then you've got vinegar in a bowl to wipe your lids.
Rims,
I mean, sorry. Thank you for the correction, Mouse House.
That was so funny. Your lid, rim.
I always say rim, and then all of a sudden when it counts, I say lid.
I know. At least you would say flat.
Oh, my word. I'm a word. You saw in my video, whenever for everybody to prep, I told them to make sure. CJ, you're going to have to go.
I laughed. Tasha would have heard you.
I'm going to put this dog outside so she doesn't cause me to chew. All right. I'll be right back while Alicia finishes
Kathleen in the side chat just said she will probably have enough for 2 levels. Kathleen, are you an All-American or a Presto or just a level can?
Hey, Susan, I haven't said hey yet.
All right.
I feel
I have my little curtain over there so my air conditioner doesn't blow in here and cause a thermal shock with my jars.
Oh,
Okay.
smart.
I'm sorry,
Okay,
you guys. I'm working as fast as I can.
I'm just waiting for my green beans. I have them in now.
Oh, it's boiling and you tossed them in?
Yeah.
Okay. So you
So
gotta wait
3
3
minutes, right?
minutes? Yeah.
Correct.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. And don't wait for it to come back to a boil. And
Okay.
Kathleen has a 2-level Presto also, Tasha. So that's perfect.
Awesome. And I have my little note. Everybody has a little note written already so that we can check it off, right? The little note.
Yeah, I have mine ready.
Good. Vince,
All right,
start
green beans
process
hot
started.
pack.
And
Been
here,
10 minutes.
yes. And are we hot pack? And I'm asking Susanna and Sandra and Kathleen, are we hot packing or are we cold packing our green beans?
Hot packing.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we were.
Winner.
We were all doing it the same. Hot packing.
If we were cold packing, we wouldn't even have our canner simmering to keep it warm enough for the hot jars to go in.
Yeah. Okay. Does anybody have any questions before we get started blanching?
I got 3 pounds of beans. Is that enough?
I think so.
Well, what's it say? You'll need about 3.5 pounds, I think. Wait,
It
you'll
was
need
1.5 to 2.5 pounds of green beans per
for
quart.
each
So,
quart.
yeah. So
I say you could just go with the green beans you got snapped now.
yeah, you can just add water in there and just got your coffee, Bella. I haven't had coffee today, actually. Yep, I'll probably have to blanch in 2 stages. So I'll probably go ahead and start blanching mine.
Okay.
Do I need my blanching water to a rolling boil or just
Needs to be at a rolling boil because then when you throw the beans in, that boiling's going to subside.
okay? I got it up, so I'll get it to a rolling boil.
This is not weird. I don't have enough room on my stove.
Yes, you do. You'll be fine. Now, Alicia, this is the worst thing. Was that Alicia who said that?
Yeah.
Okay. If you need to, you can take your canner off your stove. Okay.
Okay, I got the beans on.
Okay. And you're getting your pot boiling to put the beans in to blanch, right?
It's on.
Okay. You got it on high?
Get it to a rolling boil.
Okay.
Yeah, we all, what do we call that? Stovetop Jenga? You know?
No kidding. I've got my little pan with my lids in the very back. I've got my canner in the front because it wouldn't go in the back.
Yes.
Because the back of my stove wouldn't fit right. And I've got my jars heating here.
Yep.
And then I've got my, I'm going to turn that water up on my jars. And then I've got my blanching water here.
And see, we all have to be careful with a stove that has a lip at the back that we don't shove a pot up against it, right? That's getting hot and boiling. You've seen plenty of stoves that have a burn mark there or a discoloration.
Yeah.
So it's fine. The picture that I sent to Tasha where it showed my blanch pot. What I do once I get the beans in that pot and they're blanched, I drain it into my colander, and then I take my pot out and I set it in my screen porch on the wood floor. So it's one hot pot, not in my way. And then I've just got my lids, my boiling water with my jars in it, and then my canner warming up. And then just like Susanna showed in her big, I think it was blue bowl, I've got those drained beans just on the counter, and it really helped. But we all play stovetop Jenga, so don't worry about it, Alicia.
All right. So, yeah, I've moved my peach jam or my apricot jam jars off of my towel I had it sitting on so I can move this pot, my blanching pot, out of the way when I'm done.
Okay. You did not molest those apricot jars, did you?
I did not molest them.
Good.
I was a good girl.
Yep.
Well, I molested one, but that's because I opened it and tasted it.
Yeah, well, that was because you're trying to protect your family,
That's right. I had to be sure that it was safe,
Yes.
Y'all
And I
can
like
see my backdrop here. We're in the process of doing some stuff, so this looks rough. Please ignore it.
It's going to be awesome. You know how we all use like this book or an approved book? Well, and I loved when we were on the panel with Tammy from Rebel Canning or Rebel Canners, I forget. And she had done a review on an Amish canning book. And of course, the lady was Amish, the writer. Some of the recipes may have been unsafe. And it was a book like that where I read, please leave your jars after placing them in their 24-hour spot unmolested. Again, do not molest your canning jars. And then I realized something's wrong with this book. Okay, so then I went to a trusted resource, right, to learn how to do that.
That's funny.
Yeah, tickle me because we just leave them alone.
Yeah, this is the book we're using. This is an updated version from 2020. The recipe, where is it? Oh, there it is. The recipe is on page 388 in this book.
Yep.
The Mouse has the same book, but it's an older version, so it doesn't. So 388 and 387 on this.
Yep.
This is still not turned rolling boil. Goodness gracious, and I had it hot.
Listen, it takes a long time, right? And it just is what it is. You know when it'll boil? When it's darn good and ready. And then, whether you got propane or gas or electric, it all makes a difference.
Yes, it does.
But you know what? Just like we don't cut short that vent 10 minutes because we need to get our hair did, or something. We do the same on that roil and boil because it's part of safely canning green beans.
All right.
So although we won't be patient, we might gripe about it, we'll still do it.
I will listen to you, Sensei.
Okay.
Goodness, yeah, I did not realize how long it would take to process all these green beans to get them all ready. Woo.
Some people in the side chat or maybe on the panel will remember also the frustration. Remember the purple beans that you'd sit out there snapping, with your neighbors and your mom, and for days you'd go back to school or wherever and you had purple fingers.
Oh. Well,
oh my God.
You wasn't the only kid in school with the purple fingers because,
No, we were country kids. The Suburban Hillbilly said she just got that Amish canning book on Thursday. The pages in the middle are upside down. She's sending it back on Monday. God sent Suburban Hillbilly a sign. This book ain't right. Oh, God.
Oh, my gosh. That is hilarious.
Yeah, I love it. That had to be a surprise. And, that book ain't free, so.
Oh, my
Ooh,
goodness.
Sandra, your setup looks great. Oh, she's got my favorite red and white progressive funnel, too.
Yeah.
Oh, and Sandra has a flat top stove. She doesn't have to worry about that raised backsplash getting brown.
I know. Mouse, I thought this address all yours.
Say it
what?
again, say it.
Stop eating.
Yes, I love that progressive.
Ha ha, Trish. Well, it's oh, I've seen some bubbles. It's getting close.
Excellent.
My husband, of course, decides he has to mow outside right where I'm doing the live stream.
It's called Husband Interruptus.
I swear. Can y'all hear it real bad?
I do not.
Okay, good. Hey, Josh.
Hey, Josh. And I think Alicia said she hadn't even been in this house long. It's new to them. And man, she's got that kitchen organized. Oh, I see steam coming out of
Looking
Sandra's.
good.
I have a rolling boil going.
All right. Dump them beans in there, girl.
Yeah, they're in.
I should say green beans, or we're all going to think we're doing pinto beans or something.
Come on. I need patience.
You know, you can pray for that. And if you don't watch it, Tasha, it might boil faster.
I know. I'm sitting down for a minute.
Yes. Walk away from it.
This is the time-consuming part, waiting for your water to boil.
But
Doing
if
the
you
beans.
weren't on the live chat, it would have boiled in 8 seconds. You know what I mean?
All right, I got them all in there.
Excellent.
And it's at a rolling boil, Alicia?
It's heating up. No, it's not boiling yet. Do I
Okay, we
need to
got
turn
Blake.
any of these on?
Everything needs to be on. Ooh.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, Catherine. Yeah, Alicia, everything needs to be on.
Oh, how am I going to do this?
Oh,
This too?
The canner needs to be on.
Okay.
Make sure you have a splash of vinegar in there. You need your big pot for blanching your green beans, which you've got. You need another pot with your jars warming on there. Everything should be hot.
Oh. I need a bigger stove. Yeah, I can't get that over there. I have these two on, but I can't get this one over here. Oh, frustrating. Yeah, I don't know what to do about this because I can't get it over to the other burners.
What, you're heating your jars up?
Yeah, because I can't get it over to the other burners.
There's just, like, you can't fit them on there at all.
No. Oh no. There.
Oh, we're getting
Until
on
you
more
watch somebody can. You don't realize how much arm action there is, how much we do moving around.
Oh no.
Hey, Mouse. How hot do the jars need to be?
Can't get it over there. Okay.
Mouse. Can you hear me?
It's not working.
Yeah, what's going on, Sandra?
How hot do the jars need to be?
We just need the water simmering in there. We just want them hot.
Okay.
They don't need to be boiling or anything, but they just need to be hot.
Okay.
I'm just boiling some water now, like by itself. Was I supposed to do that?
What are you going to do with the boiling water?
I was
Heat your
going to put it
jar?
in the green bean.
Hang on one second.
Yeah.
Say it again, Susanna.
In the jar with the green bean.
In the jar? Oh, yeah, to put clean hot water into your jar. I got you. Yes.
Right, but are you heating your jars up somehow, Susanna?
Yes, those are heated up. But I have separate water for the green beans.
For blanching them?
Yes.
Yes. I
Well,
don't like to use the green bean water because it has a pale green color to it. Yeah, you're doing
But
good.
you can.
Yes, you can. It's just, I don't know, like a prettier product.
Hey, I'm on it. Hi, Aussie Mama. Oh,
Okay.
lovely. Awesome.
I
Okay, go
see
ahead,
what you're
Susanna.
saying now. No, what I did was when I took my green beans out, I put fresh water in after I rinsed it and boiled it again.
Oh, well, that's
Is that
fine.
okay?
Yes. So
Oh, yeah, that'll work.
Oh,
so you blanched them for 3 minutes, then you poured that pot of boiling water and the blanched beans in through a colander, Susanna?
right.
Nailed it. And then you just put more water in the pot.
Exactly.
That's an
That's what I
advantage, I
did.
think, because the pot will still be warm, you know?
That's why I'm out of breath. I was moving all the pans around.
And
Oh.
I'm telling you, until you watch people can, like look at Sandra and Alicia, they got them arms going, they're moving around a kitchen. It's a lot of effort. It's a lot of physical effort. Just picking up our canners is hard.
Right.
And here I am just standing here twiddling my thumbs waiting for water to boil.
Well, you know, it takes however long it takes. Do you have an electric stove, Tasha?
No, it's programmed.
Ah, good. You got it on high?
Yep, I do.
On your biggest burner or your little burner?
They're all the same size.
Oh, nice. It'll
Yeah.
burn.
It's just about there.
Good. And it looks like a nice thin pot also, unlike our canners that are so thick. I've never used my
Yeah.
Presto water bath. That thing's thick as heck. It would take forever.
Yeah.
That's what I told her, Iowa case. She had to sit down for a minute because she was staring at it and it refused to boil.
Okay, we use the water that's in the jars. The hot water that the jars are in. Can we use that?
Yes, you can.
All right, thank you.
But of course, you'd empty it out back into that pot, then fill the jar with your beans, then ladle in some water. I love your red and white scooper. I just got one of those about 6 months ago.
I love it.
Much. Yes. They hold a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Not really
Well, one thing-
suburban hillbilly. You could use a property kettle where you get it really hot, right? But if you pour that into your jar and the jar isn't hot, then it could crack. And I think when you microwave water, it doesn't get as hot, you know.
What am I supposed to be doing now?
Who's asking that question? Identify yourself.
It's
Alicia.
Alicia.
Oh, it's Alicia. Okay, well, has your pot of boiling water to blanch your green beans boiled yet?
I see
Attaboy. Is it a rolling boil or it's just got like a little frog fart bubble?
it's a fart
Frog-
bubble.
Okay, let it get low holler to where it's really roiling. Is it a rolling boil? Someone should dictionary.com that or something. I think I say roiling. It's probably rolling. All right, Alicia, did you ask that question?
Yes.
It needs to be boiling. Yes. If you feel it's boiling like you would put rice in it or pasta right now, throw your green beans in it right now. Will all your beans fit in that pot? Alicia,
Yes.
will all of your green beans fit in that pot that's coming up to a boil?
If not, you may have to do it in 2 stages.
Wait,
I've already got the beans
that's
in
where
it.
we're going to ask her.
I've already
Say-
got the beans in the pot.
Okay, you were supposed to wait till the pot came to a boil before adding your beans. That's why we were waiting. That's why it's, yeah. So did you put in cold water into your pot and then pour in your beans and then wait for a boil?
No, I use hot water.
Okay, never use hot water because that's coming from your water heater. So how long have your beans
That was
been
my
in?
bad. I told her.
Okay, Tasha, hang on. Alicia, how long have your beans been in that pot? 10 minutes, 15 minutes, what?
I don't know. Because I was juggling them around, so I don't know.
Okay, I would take your beans and pour them through a colander now because you don't want to cook them. We just wanted to blanch them. So if you have a colander in your sink, if you could pour them through that, that would be good.
I'll use.
Do you
a
do you have more beans you need to put in there, or is that all your beans?
That's all my beans.
Okay, perfect. All right, pour it right through a colander into your sink.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Turn these around.
You need to get the hubster. You can get him. Just turn your water off under it. Your heat.
Well, Suburban, I didn't pick these beans. I went and bought them and washed them and cut the ends off, cut them up.
Okay, I got them drained.
Okay. Now, do you have a pot going where you can boil some clean water, or are you going to use your proper tea kettle? Alicia.
Yeah, I'll use the tea kettle.
Okay. Have you got it plugged in and hot?
It's got, well, not yet.
Okay. Fill it to the right line, plug it in, get that water hot. You're doing great, Alicia, in a brand new kitchen to you. You're rocking this, I think.
All my bowls are still in boxes, so
Yeah,
all I
you're
have is
doing
right here.
good. That's all right. You can use that colander. It's sitting in the sink, and you know the water will drain out.
I don't have a colander. I just use the lid to drain it.
Okay. That'll
It's
be
still
fine.
box.
Okay. Oh, Tasha just poured her green beans in. She must have got to a boil. What's shaking with you, Sandra? Sandra's got her lid on her canner.
I'm good.
Oh
Okay.
my God, people going. I'm behind.
Okay.
You're not behind, Alicia. You're doing fine. You've already blanched your beans. Tasha's just starting her 3-minute
Yeah.
time. You're doing fine. You're not behind.
Do I put the cans into the canner as I do them?
Who's at Sandra? You're roboting a
Yeah.
little bit. What do you want to put in your canner, hun?
My green beans, the cans that I fill, I put them into the canner as I do them and wait till I do them all.
Okay,
Tasha?
now what do I do?
Okay, slow down, Alicia. Plug your tea kettle in with some water and get it boiling, and then just stand by.
It's
Tasha, I
boiling.
can't understand. Just it'll click itself off. Tasha, can you understand Sandra? I can't.
Okay, Sandra, can you ask again?
Okay, the green beans, as I fill the jars, do I put them into the canner with the hot water one by one or wait until I get them all filled at one time?
One by one.
Okay.
Yeah, once you get your lid on, you wipe your rim of your jar, you put your lid on and your ring, then you set it in your canner. If you got your canner kind of warm, not hot, boiling.
It is.
So Alicia, we're waiting for Tasha's to drain her green beans from blanching, and then you and she will go at the same time on the next steps.
Yeah, I will have to blanch a second batch because my pot's not big enough.
Okay.
But
And
I can
see
go
what
ahead and
Tasha's-
start getting. I can go ahead and start getting this. I can go ahead and start canning the ones that I've got. So.
And what Tasha's using is a great thing for everyone to have. So when you don't have a huge pot that you want to come up to a boil to blanch something, she's just going to pull them out with this sieve, right? Dump them into her bowl or whatever vessel she wants to then use that to can with a slotted spoon. Then she doesn't lose all that boiling water. So even if you don't have big pots, when you're doing that, you can scoop out the product and your water stays hot. And I say we wait, Tasha, because it only takes 3 minutes when you chunk them in there. And then that way you and Alicia could go at the same time.
Okay, yeah, I've just got about 10 seconds left on this batch, and then I'll need to let my water come back up.
No, you won't. You still got it on high?
Yep.
Okay, that's it. You're going to blanch 3 minutes, pull it out, throw that water is hot, 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 hot.
Okay.
Yeah.
See how handy that is?
Yes. And Alicia, where are your canning jars, hun?
They're in the water.
Your canner water?
No, this is the jar water.
Okay. Yeah, I can't. Okay. All right. So you're getting those hot. You're rocking this.
Yeah, see, they're in there.
Gotcha. You're doing great. She sure does. Nice job. Alicia, you are meant to be a pressure canner, sister.
Yeah.
First time and looking like a pro.
I know.
So in case you can't see Tasha, Alicia, she's getting her second batch in there to blanch. So
Okay.
3 minutes, you'll get those out,
My
and then,
timer again.
we'll get to canning.
Yep. 3 minutes, and we'll be filling our jars.
Okay.
See my beautiful little new canning ladle I got?
Yes.
That's what I have.
I saw
It's
that.
awesome.
It is awesome.
I love that, Sandra. How long have I been canning? And I just got one of those 6 months ago.
Will this work?
Yep.
Absolutely. Slide spoon.
You're gonna have to have a ladle to ladle in hot water from your jar water
Yeah.
into over your green beans.
Mhm.
Or some kind of a measuring cup where you can dip it into the water and use
Yeah, or
it.
a
You know,
cup.
just something. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that. Yeah.
Do you have like a ladle that you could ladle soup into something, Alicia? Like a, what about a hot coffee cup?
No, they're still boxed up. And I had to go out to the garage to dig for it, so.
Oh, wait. We know why she doesn't need that, Tasha, because she's using the hot kettles. She'll just pour it directly from the hot kettle.
Oh yeah, duh.
Yes. Alicia was meant to be a canner. The girl ain't even unpacked everything. She's got what she needs.
Minute and 13 seconds left, okay, y'all?
Okay.
On my blanching. We're getting it.
Good.
The toughest part is cleaning your green beans and cutting them up and
Yes.
then for your water to boil.
Yep. Alicia was
We'd already
working her
been
butt
done
off.
with water.
Yep.
Does this need to be boiling?
Say what this is.
Canner.
Not boiling,
Not
but
boiling.
Just warm?
Just getting warm, right? Because we don't want to boil any water out of it past that line, because we're going to be taking hot jars with green beans and setting them in there. So we don't want it to be cold water in a cold canner to avoid thermal shock. How do you think it's semi-warm, Alicia?
It's got steam.
Oh, excellent. Okay. You think it's on low or medium?
It's in between low and medium.
Okay, I think that's perfect, because once Tasha gets her blanching beans out, we'll have it made.
Okay.
All right.
That tea kettle's brilliant. Okay, so Tasha's going to be ready to go. She's turning that burner off. And where are your lids, Alicia?
In a bowl with hot water?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
You are so
Awesome.
good. Yep. Very awesome. Perfect. You got your little magic wand I saw from your canning kit, Alicia, when you're ready to pick them out.
All right.
See, Trish Wiley is completely feeling Alicia Stone. She said, Alicia is schooling us on how to can. Yes, girlfriend. Oh, with Bare Bones Kitchen. So awesome. Yep. That's why you keep all your canning supplies together. You know, this is excellent. It's inspiring. Because we're all like, oh, I don't have the right pots. Oh, I don't have this. Instead, she's just getting.
All right.
Sandra over there looks like she's in a lab, right? And she looks so serious over there. She's got action going. We can't see her through her big canner. She's looking down at it. Looks like she's working in a lab. You're doing good, Sandra.
All right. We ready to start jarring?
Yep. Grab your pint jars, Alicia and Tasha. Your warm jar. Whip one out. And I think Alicia's going to go to her sink area to use her slotted spoon. She's going to put her funnel on when she gets that hot jar out.
I put the beans in?
Yes, you're going to put them in when you put your funnel on. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I saw you had a green funnel. I got that same kit. We're not adding hot water till we debubble and we get as many beans in there as we want.
But we don't want the beans sticking up past that 1 inch headspace, right?
No, but we'll get right. We'll get there just a second. Yep. So when you take your Pokey Joe, right, your debubbler, and you've got your green beans in there, move it around, not chopping your beans to mush or smushing them. And then you're looking for that 1 inch headspace, which is just at the bottom of the rim of that jar. Or you use this side measurer at the end of your debubbler that has 1 inch on it. And just what Tasha said, we don't want any green beans sticking up in that jar. Alicia, what you got going on? Did you do 1 jar?
No. I'm doing them all.
Okay, no, we want to do 1. Let's do 1 and get it in your canner.
Oh.
Yeah, so we want to do 1 jar. Did you do your debubbler in your...
Okay, so
your
pour hot water in it. Pour
Did
hot
you
water
use-
in.
Stop. Did you use your debubbler?
I don't have any water in it.
You don't need water in it. Did you debubble it after you put your green beans in?
Wait, I don't have any water in the jar.
You're just putting green beans in your jar first. Remember with your
So no
funnel on?
water in it at all?
No, there's gonna be water, but we're trying to fill up 1 jar with green beans, and then we want to debubble it. Remember with our debubbler?
Just you're packing your green beans down is what you're doing.
Then we'll add water, but we got to debubble it first so we don't have
What,
green
pack it
beans.
down? I
No.
don't get it. I'm confused.
Okay, can you look at the screen?
Okay.
All right. So you've got your
But it doesn't, I don't know.
What she's saying is whenever you're running that down through there, it's getting the air gaps out
Okay,
between
so-
the green beans.
Oh, I get it now. Okay, see, it made more room.
Yeah, but slow down. I need your funnel on that jar. Put your funnel on that jar.
Okay.
Okay? So then, yeah, let's put it protects your jar with the funnel on it, right?
Yep.
And then just what he said, we want to get it to 1 inch of headspace with as many beans as you can get in it without them, pushing them down like making mushy peas in Britain.
I get it now. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
See?
because it makes more room for green beans.
Yes. And then when you
Make
get
sure
that right, we'll pour in the hot water. See, it takes a husband we speak our own language. Me and Tasha talk about this all the time. They know how to
Mouse,
explain things to us.
Mouse,
Okay.
make sure she has her rack on the bottom of her canner.
Okay.
My what?
Let's just get her in this with the water. Yeah, and that's a very good point.
Okay.
All right. So did you add your water yet to that one that we got you to do right, Alicia?
All right, so
You got as many beans in that jar as you could get safely, right? And it's below the rim of the jar.
yeah.
Yes, perfect. Okay, now you're going to pour in your hot water. Is your jar hot?
Not really. It's warm.
Okay. Ugh. And keep your funnel on your jar.
Oh, I didn't do that.
I know, but your funnel protects you from stuff running over the edge of it
How far do I pour the water?
to 1
Okay,
inch of
go on.
headspace. 1 inch of headspace. You know how to do 1 inch. All right, Tasha, see if you could break down that 1 inch of headspace.
The 1 inch is typically that bottom rim of your threads. Right here. Let me get over. Right there.
Okay. Okay. Now what? Now put salt in? We're just doing
I
one
forgot
can,
to
right?
put salt in my first one.
Um,
Yeah. Salt. Ladle.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
You're doing okay. Okay, what process are you at now? Just tell me. Talk me through what you're doing, and I'll tell you if you're missing a step.
Right now, I'm just trying to get the opening of the salt box wide enough. Something fell. All right, so I put a teaspoon of salt in the first jar. We're just doing one jar, right?
Yeah, but really for pints,
Yeah,
we
one
don't,
is
from
fine.
now on, just do a half teaspoon.
What? We're doing half?
For pints, you just need to do half teaspoon.
So you're working on that one green bean jar. Did you pour your hot water in it?
Yes.
Okay, and did you debubble again once you put the water in it?
Yeah.
Okay, and do you have it to 1 inch of headspace, just below this rim?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, now did you wipe the rim of your jar?
Do I put salt in it?
Say it again.
Salt? Salt?
Did you put the lid and ring on your first jar that you just put salt in?
I haven't done anything yet. I'm lost.
Okay, you had one jar that you showed me that had we
Yep,
want to do
it's
one
been
jar.
sitting.
Okay, if you added water to it,
Yep, it's in there.
okay, is it to 1 inch of headspace?
Yes.
Okay, get a paper towel or something and wipe the rim. Let's put a lid and a ring on that.
Okay, wait. Do I put salt in it?
Just a half teaspoon.
I thought you just put a teaspoon of salt in it.
No, I haven't done it yet.
Okay, you can if you want to, but a half teaspoon.
Okay. Yeah, because I almost messed up. I almost put a teaspoon in.
It would have just been salty. You don't have to add salt if you don't want to. You wouldn't have met, nobody's going to die.
Okay. So.
It's
Okay.
okay. Not a major mess up. Nothing. Not a mess
Nope.
up.
Nope.
Some people can without the salt. So.
It has nothing to do with preserving. All right, so you wiped your rim of your jar.
Nope, I didn't.
Okay, can you
Didn't
wipe
get
it?
it right here. Okay.
Now get your magic wand and get one of your lids.
Just finger tight, right?
Yes. Yep. Fingertip. Yep. And now you're going to set that in your canner. And you got your rack on the bottom of your canner, it looks like.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Now move on to your next jar. Look at her working that Pokey Joe. Oily's debubbled. Wiped her rim. Got her lid on and her ring. I love it. Trish Wiley says, Alicia Stone scores. Way to go, because she got a jar in that canner like a boss.
How you doing, Sandra?
She's an
I'm doing
ant.
good.
She got them
Okay.
arms going, jars flying. All right, Alicia, what are you doing now? Oh, she's getting her hot water in her jar, so she must have used her debubbler.
Hey, Mustangs, look at this. Perfect as a cookie dough.
Oh,
Isn't that full? I have a set of them, all different sizes.
that is awesome, Sandra.
It is. It works perfect.
Oh, it'll slide through anything.
It'll
It's like,
slide through and it doesn't crush.
wow, that's
What
amazing.
is it?
Look. There's a
So-
little.
I bet that slides right down a jar so easy.
It does. Right on the side is perfect.
Yes,
It's absolutely perfect.
that is radical.
I lost her.
What are you doing, Tasha? You got green beans
I
flying?
lost my label. My label was trying to run away. It said,
Oh.
I've had enough.
Oh, no.
Yes. It's too hot in there for it.
Thankfully, it's cool here because we got some rain.
Yep.
So it's not too bad right now. Uh-oh.
In Lazarus Homestead, I think pressure canning is easier than water bathing because we got to really sterilize those jars. And the only way I can get my water up to that full boiling boil process in water bath is doing it outside on my 30 BTU gas burner on my Camp Chef Explorer. What you got going on, Alicia?
Just doing each can.
Nice. And you put it, did you put another one in the canner?
I've got 3 in there.
Yeah, awesome. And you're wiping your rims. It looks like you're doing great. I like how Alicia puts them in careful too. You see some people almost drop them in and you think, man, what is this, bumper car jars? She's doing it right. That takes a lot of effort, snapping them beans. You know, we don't want to blow it. Tasha, how many you got in your canner, sister?
4 in the canner. I'm at number 5.
Nice. Alicia's in the same with you. Hillbilly, Tasha has the large one that can hold 2 layers. Sandra, I think, has the 2-layer Presto.
I do.
Okay. And Kathleen's at home doing her 2 layers. Just for the record, so we can say it on here, Lazarick Homestead, so we don't get dinged. Canning bacon is not a safe pressure canning activity. So we've just said that so we don't get in trouble as a channel, on Tasha's channel. I may have done it in the past and had a video on it, and I took it down 3 years ago, so I did not get in trouble. And I'm telling you, I like Yoder's bacon. You know, that comes, if you have to have bacon, you want it on your shelf. That stuff is great. Alicia's filling up that canner, boy.
Yeah. Some of my lids are sticking together in there.
Do you do one down, one upside down, one right side up when you stack them in your pot, Tasha?
Oh, no, I didn't, but I will from now on.
Yep.
It helps.
Yes. Because they will stick together. It's crazy.
It is. It's madness.
Alicia ain't quit working since she got them mad scientist jars out. She's adding water. Looked like she was debubbling, wiping her rim. She's got the steps down.
Add some more jars in here.
Let me get me some lids and I'll show you.
Woo, that's good.
The stack trick MCK is, let's see when y'all can see. All right. So remember, I have a lag. So y'all tell me when you can see in the side chat, when you can see my green magic wand and my lid. All right. So if you take, say this is in your pot, this one, getting hot. Okay, this first lid, also known as never call it a flat, I have to kill you. So when I get my pot of hot water going that holds these, my next one I put this way. So this one has that rubber down. I call it rubber, it ain't. The next one I put the white up in that hot pot. The next one I want this way. So that when I go to pick them up with my magic wand.
Yeah, I
right?
didn't do that.
Oh, you don't have to. It's just a little old lady trick, right? Then I put that one on. Then I pick this one up. Wait, let's see if I can move. Where are my? There we go. This is hard to do when you have a lag. So if we just stack them up this way in our hot water, when you go to pick it up with your magic wand, look, you get two. But if you turn it, one down, one up, one down, and you're usually doing more than three, of course. When I pick this up, I get one. Look at it. Who knew it did this? Just get close to it, it'll jump. Whoa! Look at there. I didn't know they freaking jumped. Oh, I'm entertaining you with magic.
3 pounds was just enough.
Oh, perfect. You got 8 pints, Alicia?
Yes.
Awesome. So did that make sense? My kind of insane using my laptop webcam visual on the magic wand and the lids to stack them cattywampus, up, down, up, down, up, down. Hillbilly, I see that. Don't make me delete that comment. I will juice it with my blue wrench. Dang it. Well, I love Suburban Hillbilly. Okay, good. Thank you, Bella. Good. Thank you, MCK. I'm glad it worked. Because most people know I'm nuts and they can speak my crazy language. But if you're new, you don't have any idea what the hell I'm doing. Magic. Thank you, Steve. That was, did anybody else know the darn thing would jump even in water? I mean, watch how close I don't even have to get it very close and this will jump up there. I'm going to entertain my husband with this tonight. He'll be thrilled. Watch what I can do.
Entertain Vern,
I know, because we're food storage enthusiasts. He'll be like, oh, hell yeah. You see, Trish Wiley gets me. She told Hillbilly, I'm about to come through that screen. Dang it, I'm getting scared. All right, so Alicia?
Yes.
Breaker 19, come in on the number 10, mouse toes to Alicia. Do you copy?
I'm here.
Okay, so you got all your rims wiped. You got your lids on and your rings, okay? So
I'm
now
working on the last 10. I ran out of water, so I'm heating up some more water.
Perfect. And see, that's no worry on that delay. Perfect. So that you have a 12-cup kettle like I have. I love my hot water kettle. The hovering flat. See, Stone Cold Tech is my people. It's like, oh my God.
Huh?
It's like hovering. Okay, now watch. It is a hovering, like close encounters
My
of
hubby's
the
in here.
kind. You're a genius, Stone Cold Tech. The hovering.
That is my husband.
Okay, that's your husband. I see. That's why I adore him. And for ladies who can and do anything prep related, is there anything better than when our husband helps us? You know, because usually one of our strengths is the other one's weakness, right? If it's something techie, I would do it for my husband. He'll lift my heavy canners, my cast iron well. Always make sure, you know, if I need him to watch my canner so I can run down and throw a line in the water or something. There is nothing like teamwork with a spouse.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Usually usually my husband's here to help me, but he had to work. So I'm doing it all by myself today.
Okay, so when I put them in here, they don't need to be touching.
Right.
Right.
Yes. And yep, it looked like you put them in perfect to me when I go on large screen. And you had your rack in it and the amount of water, you did perfect.
Okay, now the rest of the vinegar.
What vinegar?
What?
You had water in your canner. I saw you get it warm.
Oh,
yeah, there
I did put vinegar already in there. I just
it's not
added
gonna
more.
hurt. It won't hurt anything, hun. It will not, because you're not putting 2 cups of it and going above the line. You ain't hurt nothing. I have
Okay.
well water, so I have to put vinegar in mine.
Now,
All right.
now what do I do?
Let's put that lid on that canner, sister. You know how to line up your feet on your Presto?
No.
Okay, you get your lid to your canner. It's heavy. All right, it's a Presto, isn't it, honey? In Alicia's a Presto, y'all?
Yeah, Presto.
Okay, let me get widescreen again. Okay, there you go. You want your dial gauge facing you. There should be.
Okay.
You nailed it.
I'm having trouble closing it.
Listen, okay, hang on a second. Move your right hand for me. Move your right hand, Alicia, so I can see. On the black handle that's on the base, it should have a V. I think I see it. The white writing.
Yep.
Okay. On the top should be open, close here on the silver
Yeah.
part above the handle on the lid.
It's like, oh,
It is very hard. But listen, you have to rack it around a little bit. In other words, pick up the lid, like turn it to get it off.
I got it.
There you go. It makes a hell of a lot of noise. And now twist it to where the black handles are together.
It's on there.
You nailed it. Now it won't let you put it on backwards. Okay, so now crank that power up to high under it, your heat, your burner to high under your canner.
Yep.
Is it on high?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So now you're
Now
going to
wait.
wait for it. Yep. Now we wait. 'You get black stuff on your lids, Lazarus Homestead?
Two more to go, y'all.
All right. And you're doing 8 pints, Tasha?
No, I'm doing 10. I have a
Oh,
23 quart can, so I'm doing
like, okay, so like Sandra, Tasha has that second rack on, and then she's stacking two more on.
No, my canner's wide enough I can get 10 pints on the bottom.
Nice, just one layer. Oh, that's so cool.
23 quart. Yeah, it's a 23 quart.
Gotcha. So Alicia has her lid on her canner, Tasha, and she's waiting for it to come up, you know, start making that little thing jump around. Get the lid.
Woohoo! We're canning, folks.
Woohoo!
See? I knew you could do it, Alicia. It just feels a little intimidating the first time.
So Alicia's waiting for this little air vent lock cover. Start dancing around as that heat builds up in there. Then once it pops up into the up position, she's going to write down her vent time for 10 minutes. This will start dancing around for her as that canner heats up. "17 pints. Get out of town, Kathleen Elliott."
She's rocking.
She's starting to spew already, Mouse. Look at that.
God, this is awesome.
Mm-hmm. That was quick.
Tasha looks like the bad scientist now. She looks so serious.
Why should you took a spot?
I'm just trying to make sure my green beans don't stick up over the edge.
Right, you're smart. Yep, safe.
Okay, I need a chair.
I was going to tell Susanna, see, her husband went to work so he could make more money to buy more lids, right? And jars.
Yes.
Yeah. It is fun, Kathleen. It's so enjoyable. We've done this privately before, you know, to help new canners, but we've never done it in a live. But that's why we say we could be a cannon Sherpa for somebody, help them in a live chat or Facebook Live. And so to us, it was worth it to try and do it live for once.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't want to come on live, and that's okay.
I got I like doing it like this though too, because you get the one-on-one, and no matter how much you can, sometimes you still do make mistakes.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so since Chris is watching, this Pokey Joe is for Chris. Put this in your darn jar. You put the pointy part. And if you get out of hand, my sword of the magic wand, which just made a hovering spaceship of a lid. Now we got something new. Make it hover, make it dance.
One more.
One more for Tasha. And Alicia looks like she has a flat top stove. but so does, I think it's Sandra does. Can't tell. I think so.
Yes, I do.
Nice. Oh, I like how you leave your jar lifter standing up, Sandra.
Oh, thank you.
Like opening and just standing on the counter. I always lay mine down, then I can't find it.
Well, I
That's
put it on the. I put it on the. I put my jars on. My little
Alicia,
bags.
are you supposed to have the pressure valve on for that thing to build pressure?
No,
She
you do it
no,
after
she,
this thing pops up. And then you put this on, right?
yeah. Can you see the screen, Alicia, where I
Yeah.
am? Okay. So you've got it on high, and what's going to happen is that heat builds up. This, if I can turn it right, is going to start jiggling around, and then
Yeah.
we're waiting for it to stand straight up.
And then you put this on.
Right. Well, no, then yes, then we'll take that one step at a time. Do you have the regulator?
Yeah, the little weighted cap, yeah.
Yes. Okay, perfect. Yes, then she'll put that on. But first, after this comes up, we have to vent it for 10 minutes before we put that on.
Okay.
Yeah. And can you hear it boiling away your canner and getting hot?
Yes. Yes.
Perfect. See, you got teamwork going there, husband making sure. That's teamwork.
Yeah, he come downstairs.
Yeah, I'm
He's
getting
on.
distracted by the video upstairs, so I come downstairs to see what's going on.
Well, we have very silly people in the side chat. That's what it is.
I'm trying to finish up my video games, but it's not working.
That's right. You're trying to make sure that if your wife's, he's making sure that his wife's Presto canner, pressure canner run comes out great for her because they're a team.
Yeah.
See, Suburban Hillbilly, isn't that sad that they quit doing this? But I don't know if you saw my video. If you're kind of rural, Ace Hardware, True Value Hardware will still take their little compressor and make sure that it's right. But Vern does it for me, so. But that's very sad that they used to always do it. And every Canon book says, call your local extension service, and they don't do it anymore. And there are more canners today than there have been in the last 2 years because of what happened last year with our food supply.
Yeah.
Groceries. So it's needed more. And you can't guarantee when you buy a new one from Amazon that it didn't have around in the box. What happened, Trish? Don't you go in that corner. There's weirdos over there. You have to stay safe in the middle of the live chat, side chat with us. We don't know who's over there. We don't know.
Hi, Chris.
It's been a while. Oh, come on. There
See?
it goes.
Alicia, could you hear Tasha fighting with her lid as well? It takes a minute. You did really good.
Yeah. What I did was I pushed down and then turned it.
Nice.
Trying to get this.
Now,
I
I
got
like
water. Ooh, I got water coming out.
Okay, up your, let me put it on widescreen. Hang on. Okay. Yes, and that's normal. Let me get this. This little thing will start jiggling. Remember, this is getting the air out of your canner. So
Okay.
come up to pressure. This should be spit. I call mine a spitter. It kind of spits water. And it's jiggling. Okay, it's going to happen soon.
All right. Woo, got her
This
going.
is so cool. Now, Trish, I don't know because they test when he does mine, okay, when I had it done at Ace Hardware, put it on 10, the gauge on his compressor. And then, of course, I had Vern take my dial gauge off, and I just walked in there with the dial gauge, and he shoved his gauge from the compressor up the butt of my dial gauge, and then it was on 10. So I don't know if the tire, well, they might, because they might do bicycle tires, right, or trailer tires.
Okay, I just want to say hello to everybody in chat real quick because I said hello earlier, but we weren't even live yet. Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello.
And please notice that the lady in black with the lovely husband assisting in tech support is Alicia Stone, first-time pressure canner in a brand new to her kitchen. Just moved in. These people are going to be major food storage enthusiasts. They're going to leave me in the dust with their cannon shelves full.
I doubt I will, Mouse, but
Yes, you will. Oh, and I like something. I was going to read it. Let me see what I was going to read. Okay. I like what Bella said. It's been a rough few days. I need to learn to listen to my body more when it tells me to stop, but there's always so much to do. So every once in a while, I'll text Tasha or girlfriend, and I'll just say, old lady down in the sofa aisle. And I will literally, my husband can be out there chopping on tree limbs, burning wood, gardening, cutting grass. And when my 64-year-old body says, lay your old bones down, I lay down and turn on some kind of Lifetime movie network, and I just lay down. Because if I'm watching something on television, whether it's Hulu or whatever, that's all I can think about is what I'm watching. So it lets my mind rest and it lets my body rest.
yeah.
We do have to listen, even though we want to go, go, go. And a girlfriend might text, oh, come on, run over, help me do something, or let's go to lunch. I'm like, nope, old lady down in the sofa aisle. And it doesn't matter what age you are, you have to listen to your body. And then we don't get sick,
Absolutely. I am the exact same way. I cannot. Sometimes it's like I got a flat and I just have to,
Yes.
I have to just sit for a while.
Mm-hmm. And Vern would never walk in and go, oh, while I'm working my butt off outside, you're laying on the sofa, or I'll just go sit on the dock and fish, in a chair. Oh, now look, we can see the steam coming out of Alicia Stone's vent cover as it's starting, I think, to jiggle around me. Because her candle gets all that air out. I think I saw steam.
It's up.
Okay, all right. Write down your vent time.
Wow.
Since it's on there.
2:32. 2:32. No. Leave that alone. Put that regulator down. No. Alicia, no. You have to put it down. Put it on your countertop. Tasha, tell her to take it off. Okay. You're going to vent for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, you scared me. I was like, okay, make her take it off. Put it down.
I'm brushing it.
Okay, so Tasha.
Yeah, you gotta let it vent for 10 minutes, and then we'll put the regulator on. So write down your time.
Mm-hmm.
We're at exactly the same time, Alicia. So mine started at the same time yours did.
Tasha, will you write down what time she started for 10 minutes?
2:32 is what you said.
Okay. She almost gave me a heart attack.
Alicia and Susanna both have it at the exact same time?
Yes.
Yeah.
So y'all will put that on at 2:42.
But let me tell you, I almost had a heart attack because her vent cover lock had just come off, right? And when we're venting, where the hell's my vent pipe? When we're venting through this vent pipe, it's getting the remainder of the air out so that we can get it to the correct poundage on the dial gauge. If without venting through this vent pipe, the air would not come out of her canner, and whatever she put in there would not be safely canned. So I don't normally panic, but I may have freaked out a little bit. But I was trying not to have a car near me.
I love the way you describe things.
I know.
You know why? Because I'm slow in the head and I have to point to things.
You did a great
Mouse,
job, though.
Kathleen says,
See, I was
Thank
mixing.
She does.
Mouse, Kathleen says, the first time I forgot to write down my time, your voice was in my head talking about you.
Yes. That's why I'm a dragger. If you write it down, right, you don't mess up. And as hard as Alicia has worked in a brand new kitchen with half her stuff not even unpacked and her first pressure canning session, I didn't want to see that regulator on there for 10 seconds because she has rocked these steps. And it's not easy trying to do it and listening to my lunatic self on here, you know? So that was awesome because this is her first pressure canner run. Oh my gosh, we're popping that canner's cherry on a live stream on a flat top stove in a brand new house to them. This is, my God,
That's awesome.
this is just making me feel like I need to have like a glass of wine and a cigarette. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Who knew canning could be so sexy?
To all of those that haven't seen my apricot jam yet, see how pretty it is. Did that the night before last.
Ooh.
Steve, hey Steve. Hey Lazarick, by the way, I don't think I said hi to you yet.
My canner's so slow. It's just not popping up yet.
You know, it's fine.
It's just always slow.
Yeah, Sandra, ours are larger, so it may take a while longer for our pressure to build in there. So it's all good. Yeah. Since you have the 23 quart and I have the 23 quart, it'll take longer.
Right. Okay.
I've got some steady steam coming out of mine, but my thing hadn't popped up yet. So
Same here.
thank you, Bella. I appreciate that. Thank you, Lazarick. It is tasty. It is really good. But I did not realize how much sugar goes into making jam. Oh my gosh, that's a crazy amount of sugar. Woo! Definitely couldn't do it very long. All right, y'all have about 6 minutes left on your time because I started timing about 30 seconds past. So we'll just call it at what I put on 10 minutes after I set my timer. So 6 minutes, 20 seconds.
Okay.
Thank you, Kathleen. I appreciate it. I was excited. I still have to, clean my jars up and stuff. Woohoo! So set your timer, Sandra, for 10 minutes. Write down your time right now.
Yep, I got it.
Okay. I never had to show my ID to buy a pressure cooker, Steve.
Oh, jeez.
Well, it's because they're used for alternative things.
Oh.
Like the Boston thing. Woo, getting close. A little over 5 minutes for Susanna and Alicia. What were you doing, Lazarick? What did you forget that you were doing? Oh, your stuff can wait. Right. Your stuff can wait, man. Oh, I think that little button's going to pop pretty quick.
So it's been 7 minutes, I think. And we got to ask
They've
Alicia, what's the poundage for Alicia's area that she's going to be holding?
Yeah.
I forgot to ask that earlier.
I don't know.
Yes.
I
What's
just
your elevation?
Adam, what did you say it was with feet? The poundage for elevation
15?
or 15?
No, just Alicia, what is your elevation?
I don't know.
Nope.
What was elevation? He's looking.
They did an update on my watch and the stuff ain't been working right. Let me see. It's calibrating.
Just don't tell us your city so you don't dox yourself.
Yeah, we don't want you getting.
Let's like, Greenville, South Carolina, where nobody'd ever find you. A big city.
I don't know. They did an update on my watch and now my watch ain't showing the update.
Okay.
Denver, Lakewood, Wheat Ridge, Arvada, Westminster. Try to find me in Colorado.
I think
Watch
we were
pet pop
400 feet or something like that.
Is your pet pop, Natasha?
It's almost time for 3.
Not yet.
Okay.
It won't pop yet.
So at 1,200 feet, that'd be 15, right?
I don't know because I can't find my graph. That's what I'm looking for.
Well, let me look here.
Yeah, Tasha's got her book there. She'll find it.
Did it here?
I'm finding out.
I don't know what the graph is.
This says this location is 873 feet above sea level.
So yeah, you're under 1,000 feet.
So that's 10
I'm
pounds,
trying
ain't
to
it?
find the graph.
That
Yeah.
should be now.
I don't know. This thing.
In the ball book, it shows. It will tell you.
Yeah, we can't find it. We're searching.
What
Oh,
are we
I'll
looking
look at mine.
Thank you.
What do I do now?
Just simmer down because we don't know what your poundage is. Okay.
We're looking.
Okay. Set your regulator on there. Be careful of that steam. Was there yeah. Set your regulator on there that your husband just put on the counter. On the vent pipe, Alicia. Okay.
You know what I do?
Now,
You know what I
need
do?
you-
I grab my regulator with the tongs and put them on there.
Suburban Hillbilly said, listen, it's 10 pounds. So, Alicia, I need you to stare at your dial gauge and watch it start to rise.
Okay.
See
Okay?
it?
I'm still trying to find it for me.
I can't find the dang graph.
I thought it was going to be in the recipe. So
No.
873. It's under 1,000, so they said 10 pounds.
Tasha,
Hang on.
yes,
if you have the same book as I do, it's on page 382.
380.
Low acid altitude. 382 for the low acid altitude adjustment chart.
There's no chart here, but let's see.
Oh, may have a different book.
Okay, I see it. Oh, my button popped.
Okay, Alicia,
All right.
tell me again your elevation, your altitude in feet.
873.
873. Okay. Is that altitude? All right, here's my graph. It was in my other book, but I have to see where it's showing up here. So on your dial gauge, it's going to be 11. But see, I'm using my laptop camera, so I don't even know if this is clear. It's in this book, anybody
In
who
my
has it.
dial,
But I don't think you're
yeah,
15
I
pounds.
found, no, you're thinking the weighted gauge. If you had the weighted gauge jiggler thingy on there, that would be that. So you just you've got the regular regulator that came with that canner. So yeah, 0 to 1,000 would be 11.
Yes, the
Mine's
dial.
also 11.
But here's my concern. This says altitude in feet. Is that what we're talking about? They're 800? Altitude in feet. I thought we should have had this done way before we started doing this, because
Yeah, okay.
we can't. Does she have your cell phone number, Tasha?
I don't think so.
Oh, get them to put in the internal their city name, the internal, because her gauge is going to be going up.
Oh, right.
Okay, type your
Yeah,
city
right in the internet.
on the StreamYard where you see us, and then
On-
log in,
yeah.
sign up for free, private chat. It's there. Just put it above the bottom right. Tell me your city. We need to hurry.
Okay.
Woohoo, my button popped. I've got 8 minutes left.
Okay. This is scary.
There you go.
Okay, thank you. Oh, yeah, you're 10 pounds. I know that for a fact. Okay. Altitude in feet. Okay. Thank you very much, Alicia. And I'm just put it in here. All right. This is crazy.
Yeah.
You see it, Tasha?
No, let me look.
It's altitude in
I thought you.
and the internal, her city name.
Right.
$981 feet. So it's 11 pounds on the dial gauge. Okay. I was so excited that we're popping a cherry. I've almost had 2 coronaries so far.
Oh, no.
Okay. Got excited. I wanted a glass of wine. I don't even drink alcohol. Okay. And then we're
popping a pet cock.
yeah, a pet
We're
cock, but it's
popping a
not.
pet cock.
Yes. Okay. So
Is it-
Alicia, what does your dial gauge read now?
Is it 7, I think?
Okay. So yeah, you've
Okay.
left the
Yeah.
canner on high, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So we're trying to get to 11 pounds, which is just over 10.
See, I'm on
I'll
the
have
same
to
back
say
here.
Say it again.
I'm marking this page in this book for the low acid altitude.
Yep. Pressure method.
So next time we do this, we'll have it.
Yes.
Right.
Don't
We're
scare
on
them.
the same page, Tasha?
Pardon?
To
Was
can
it on
it,
the same page?
to can it 15, your altitude in feet would be 8 to 10,000. See?
Okay, Sandra, now I'm sorry. What did you say?
Was yours on the same page?
I can't
Mine's
hear.
was
Oh,
yours
I was
the
asking-
same page, Tasha? She was asking Sandra.
Oh, okay. Yeah, in this book, the newer edition, that
Graph.
page is page 384. 384.
Oh, wow.
And it's in the newer version of this.
And see, this one, it's on page 15. Oh, and this will make y'all laugh because we were talking about doxing earlier. Okay. So I held up a used canning book. Okay. That had a name in it. It wasn't my name. I got it at a garage sale.
Remember,
And with
11 is above 10 and below 12.
this poor woman's information was all over the place. And I was like, oh my God. That was so sad.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So if you ever get a used book and hold it up and they have their name, they're screwed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say, yeah, that's me, but I didn't want anybody to squatter, you know.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go beat these into these wheels with a hammer.
Okay.
All right, Alicia, what are you at now?
It's almost at 11.
Okay. And then Susanna, where are you?
Okay, what do I do after he's 11?
Well, is it at 11 now or a little bit above?
Yep, it's 11.
Okay. So now what we
Okay, let
want
it
to
go
do,
just a little bit above.
yeah, we want to start adjusting your heat when you're about between 10 and 15 on this dial gauge. Because you're a flat top, we're going to, if we keep your heat at high, your dial gauge may go to 15 and we don't want that. So we're going to have to slowly, because we don't know your stove, like Tasha and I know ours, and Sandra probably knows hers.
Okay, it's at 12. It's at 12.
Okay.
What do we
Okay.
do?
Turn,
10,
turn your
I'm at
heat down
10
a
right
little
now.
bit.
Just a
Turn it
little bit.
down?
Yes. Is it on high?
Yeah.
Let's go to
Go down a
medium.
notch.
Just down to medium. If it's 1 through 10 and you're at 10, put it on 8. We're just going to do it incrementally.
What, go down a notch? I don't have numbers on mine. I
Okay,
got
what's it?
high, medium, low.
Okay, if it's on high, put it on medium.
Okay.
And we're going to watch that dial gauge. We may have to go to between medium and low, but we'll see. We just don't want it to drop below 11.
Okay, I'm at 11 right now.
Okay, all right. And you've got yours turned lower now, Susanna. You know yours probably to manage it, what you need to do to hold your pressure.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm going to hold this up and see if y'all can see it. And then y'all tell me if you can. So we went over this in our live chat on our pressure canner. So this shows you two things, the dial gauge and the weighted gauge. We're going by the dial gauge of 11. The weighted gauge, the jiggler, would be a 10 pound. So this is easier for Alicia's first cannon session, going strictly by her dial gauge because she knows it is accurate. So if you use the jiggler, it's 10. You use the dial gauge, it's 11. I always say that in my videos. The pressure for the poundage is 10 for me, which is really 11 on my gauge.
It's at 15.
Okay, turn it down to low. Turn it down to low quickly. Turn it down to low, your stove.
Go on, I'm sending back.
No, just turn it down. It can't blow. Turn it down now.
It's down.
Perfect.
She did.
Perfect. See, we have a lag, so we can't see you do it. All right, now watch that dial gauge, Alicia. We can't let it go past 11.
Past what?
11.
It's at 15.
I know, but you just turned it down, did you not?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Okay, now watch the dial gauge. Where is it now?
At 15?
Okay, so
Okay.
you may. All right, Tasha, you try. She might be on a big burner. She may have to move it to a smaller one like me. You try.
Do you have it on a large burner, Alicia?
Yes.
Okay, put it on a smaller burner. Turn on another burner and then just get your pot holders and lift your canner. Do not slide it. Lift
Oh,
it
wait,
and
I'll
set
put
it
it on
over
the
on that.
I'll put it on the door one.
Yeah. Sometimes those larger burners get the canner too hot.
So do I start this one over here on low?
Yeah, start it on low.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I want to move it.
It's okay. You're going to lift your canner up with your pot holders and put it over on that smaller burner. You're okay. Just do not slide it.
Gonna need two of them. Pick it straight up.
Yep.
Carefully. Go sideways.
Yep.
And boom.
There you go. Now turn your old burner off. All right, now the thing you're going to watch for, Alicia, is to make sure that it doesn't go down under 11. Okay?
Okay, it's starting to go down.
All right, turn that burner on medium then.
Well, it's at 14.
Okay, well just put your burner on medium.
Yeah, you don't want it to drop too low, is what she's saying.
Yeah.
You want it to drop, but you don't want it to run away and go under 11. So keep it around 11 or 12 if you can. Just find your balance.
It's at 13.
Keep an eye on it. When it comes down to 12, you may have to turn it back up just a little bit to keep it from dropping under 11. I got 2 of them perfect, but I broke 2 of them. I'm going to have to reprint them, and them are probably a 5-hour print. Dang on it. Me being nerdy's working against me.
All right, so mine had vented for 10 minutes, so I put my regulator on, and I'm watching my pressure. Oh. Yeah, I'm watching my pressure, and when it gets up to my 11, then I will start my timer. Yeah, I'm on it. Yep. Okay, what's it at now, Alicia?
It's at 13.
Okay, so it's still slowly coming down. That's good. Let me know if it's still going down. Just keep a close eye on it. We just don't want it to go below 11 at all. You can't go below 11. So if it's dropping really fast, then you'll want to turn the burner up. But otherwise, leave it like it's going.
It's staying at 13.
Staying at 13?
Yep.
All right, you might put your burner back on low and just watch it. If it looks like it's going to drop too fast, put it back on medium and leave it. Well, yeah, I'm on it. She did, but she only has a low, medium, and high. She doesn't have like in between all of that. So. How's yours doing, Sandra?
It's doing good. I'm at pressure.
Had you already gotten up to pressure?
Yes, I'm at pressure.
Oh, you're at the right pressure, so you put your regulator on and you set your time? Okay.
Yep.
The smaller burner is working for her mouse toads, and I think the communication is like a major delay. So I think between you and her, so
I figured it's 7 seconds. That's why when I saw her arm come, it was a 7-second delay. But I knew her husband was good.
Yeah.
It's not her
How's
fault.
it doing, Alicia?
It's at 12.
Yes.
It's 12.
Okay.
Yep.
So do we just want to keep? So we just want to keep it about that. Maybe if it can go just a little bit lower than 12, but not lower than 11.
See, that was an awesome save, right? Because remember, I have to get my canner to pressure where that vent lock comes up, steam for 10 minutes on my super burner. Then I have to get Fern to move it to a smaller burner for me as well. So that was perfect. Yes. And it's not Alicia's fault. I have a 7-second lag. It's my intraweb's fault. But we can't beat him up. But I knew her husband was there and she reacted good.
Hey, Ark Wild Man, you're canning green beans later yourself, huh? Awesome.
The burner I'm using, Mouse,
Yes.
has 3 burners in it.
Wow.
Double and triple. So it's great.
And you have a flat top too, right, Sandra?
Right.
Yes.
And it has the single, double, and triple
Yes.
sizes, so I can turn it to the double when I need it. So I love it.
Nice. And when you have it double stacked, it just takes longer for it to get to where that vent lock cover comes up, right, Sandra? When you've got a full
Well,
load.
I haven't double stacked on this one yet.
Okay.
So
But it has a lot more space, so it has more air to get out. But that's awesome.
yeah.
And what's cool is we have 2 flat top stoves. And in this new house of Alicia's, right? She probably doesn't even know her stove yet. And then that was a smooth save. But I put, Vern puts on those big heavy gloves to move because those handles get hot on the side of a canner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I had a wildlife emergency. I could see a shadow come to the right. I had a huge heron standing right out this double window that goes onto my deck in the marsh.
Oh.
And when he came, I could hear the swoosh, and I was like, what is that? Because our grill is out there, and we got chicken in it, right, cooking away at 2:35. And I thought, what the hell? So he normally stands on my closed umbrella and poops on my table. But we pulled the umbrella out of the stand because it was so windy, so it doesn't fall in my window, right? I got to go buy 2 windows at Lowe's. And
So it's 20 minutes, right?
20 minutes. Mm-hmm.
So
Because they're pints.
It's right at 2 o'clock right now. So at 2:20. Write 2:20 down, or write 2 o'clock down. And we'll take them out at 2:20.
And Susanna,
Mine's
you got
almost
your.
been 10.
Y'all were at the same time, weren't you, Susanna?
Yes,
Good. How's yours doing?
it's doing good. It's
Good.
staying steady at
Okay.
11.
I'm on at 1:35.
I have an electric stove, but once
Okay.
it hit 11, I put it down really quick, because if I don't put it down
Yes.
a certain amount, it will go up.
Yes. And in the side chat, I'm on at 135, just said you should never need to move a full boiling hot canner. Geez. Yes, you can. This is pressure canning. It's not full of holding 16 quarts of water, right? You just have to do it evenly and move it over. I've had to do
okay,
it for
it's
9 years here. Go ahead.
at 10.
Okay, turn your heat up a little bit.
And I'm confused about the 20 minutes. When do you start the 20 minutes?
We would start it when it's at 11, but we had an issue. Turn that heat up just a little bit. We're trying to figure out your stove. You're doing fine. But plenty of people have to move their pressure canner. I'm on at 135. It's just a fact of life. I don't know how I move a boiling water canner. Okay, that thing would weigh about 870 pounds to me. So what's your pressure now, Alicia?
It's still at 10.
Okay, and you turned it up a little bit from like low to towards medium.
Okay. So when do you start the 20 minutes?
When
We
you
have
reach
to get it regulated to stay above 11, but not be too high before we start our timing. Okay? So since it drops below 10, you have to start your timing again. Okay? Because you cannot, you have to keep it above that 11.
I'm messing up, aren't I?
Nope.
Nope, you're fine. It's just your stove. You're getting used to your stove. It's okay. You're doing great. having to do too. I'm having to adjust my temperature to get it to where it'll stay steady.
It happens to all of us learning a new stove.
Yep. And learning your canner too. You know, it's not just the stove, it's the canner too. Like how temperamental is it with your stove too? You know, it's just all of the above. See, it's good that you had this problem so we can show others how to problem solve it.
Yes.
All right, mine's staying just above 12, so I'm going to start my timer. Writing down my time, 2:06. And I'm timing for 20 minutes, so 2:36 is when I'll be done. How's yours doing, Alicia?
It's staying in between 10 and 11.
Good.
Does hers need to stay between 10 and 11, or does it need to go up above 11?
She can crank it up a little bit, but she's fine between 10 and 11. Yeah.
I've got it in between medium and high right now.
Okay. Just turn it a little bit to higher. Not all the way to high, but a little bit. We're just getting to know your stove.
Okay.
All right, let us know when it's just above 11, and we'll start your time. We'll write down your time.
I say we have, because I've watched my computer clock, and she's got 5 minutes of good pressure. And so we could do 15 more minutes on her.
Okay.
It's at 11.
Perfect. There you go.
Okay.
We're going to do 15 more minutes.
It's okay, Suburban. Hey, Teresa. Oh, nice. Matzo ball soup sounds good. Bella, that's why we were doing this, for people who were just starting out canning, silly.
She'll come back, Trish Wiley. Oh, cool. Sonia McCart is pressure canned meat. And that's why Tasha picked green beans and something that would go for 20 minutes. Because you want to do something on a short canning session when you're getting to know your canner and your stove. Because if it's meat we have in our canner, it's got to go pint 75 minutes, for example. If we're too busy adjusting our pressure, we end up running the water out in our canner. So this was really good. And it's nice to have two flat top stoves canning too, like Sandra and Alicia.
Yes, Kathleen, you can. It's okay.
I'm sorry
as well.
I'm sorry about that. My internet cut out.
Oh, it's okay. Do what, Alicia?
It's at 12.
Perfect.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay. So did it start the 20
That's
minutes
mine's out.
already? Did it start the 20 minutes already?
Yeah, Mouse Toes already started your timer.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
next
nice,
time, so next time I need to do it on the dual burner?
I would just do it on the burner you have it on now, and that way you're not having to worry about moving your canner.
Okay.
Yep. Glad you could join us, Sonia. I agree, Teresa.
So Alicia has 10 more minutes.
I have 14 more minutes, a little over 14.
It's like we say, Teresa, if people can't garden or don't have the space, or, I mean, heck, I'm 64. I don't know how much longer I can garden. At least we've still got farmers markets and stuff, that we can get to if our grocery stores don't have good vegetables.
Hey, Citizen Guardian. Good to see you.
I'm not far behind you, Mouse Toes.
You're right, Sandra.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm up there in age too, not too far at all.
It ain't easy.
No, it's not.
My dad said marriage is like old age. It ain't for weenies.
Nope, it's not. I've been married 39 years. It's not for weenies.
That is so cool. I've been doing time 40. See, it's awesome.
What happens if it rises?
How
It's at
high is it
14.
going? How high is it now?
14.
Okay, it's too
Okay,
high.
Yeah,
20.
turn your burner down just a tiny bit. Yeah, it's one of those things you have to kind of babysit it. So, just as long as it's staying above 11 and you're getting it down to, you don't get it too high, So you're doing all right. See, mine's at about 13. So that it's happy right there. I'm not having to constantly adjusting mine. So that's where I'm leaving it.
And this is your first trial run too. And then we'll see after, we turn the heat off and it comes down if too much water was lost out of the canner. But this is how we do it. And that's why we didn't want to do meat for 75 minutes. Still going higher?
Yes, Sandra, an electric stove is a little more hands-on at first until you get used to your stove for canning. Yeah. They can be a little more temperamental. Like my propane stove, I love it because I can just tiny bit adjust, do little micro adjustments. So it makes it nice. Yeah. Mine isn't quite to 13 pounds. It's just a little over 12. I mean, in between 12 and 13. So
I got it a little under medium on heat, and it's at 13.
Well, you got a temperamental stove. Turn it down a little bit more.
I got it between low and medium.
Can you do little micro adjustments where you're just barely twitching it all a little bit down?
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Just keep watching it. It might take it a second for it to adjust. Teresa, that's understandable. Some people prefer that. I just don't have room in my freezer.
Right. It's like I can mostly in pints because I'm basically feeding, me and Vern's just 2 adults. But if I make something like a soup or my layered chicken soup that I can turn into a pot pie, I do that in a quart. But I don't need a quart of, chicken or green beans.
Right. That's most of the time for us too. And if I do need more, I can just open 2 pints.
Right. Sandra, you have a pretty kitchen.
I know. She does.
I like the space that Alicia has to the right of her stove, like where she had her canning kit and stuff. It gives her a nice big workspace for stuff. She has a good layout too.
Yeah, I agree.
It's still at 14. It's not.
Turn it down some more, then.
Okay, it's like on low now.
Okay.
Okay, my 20 minutes have been
reached.
You have 6 minutes and 21 seconds left.
Well, there you go, Sandra. Yeah, you'll be able to start. We do it step by step. So, and I'll probably do a little mini follow up on this, just to basically talk through. Like I'll do a checklist. I don't know why I forgot to do that. Like, here's what you're gonna do first. Here's what you're gonna do second, and then. Oh, that sounds good, Teresa. All right. Staying perfect. I see Sandra's fur baby.
Oh yeah, they're running around. They're little monsters.
Oh gosh.
They are
I
my
locked
little
mine out
monsters.
so they wouldn't be under my feet tripping me.
Yeah.
These don't bother me. You know, they just run around. Bark every now and then. I have to mute it.
Yeah. Sonia says that she has lots of questions, but we'll hold off until she sees the beginning because she came in late. And I'm sure you went through it all already. Okay, well, if you go through that and you still have questions, email me at CLL. I'll put my email in the side. CLLMECRZY@gmail. Okay? So it's call me crazy, but no A's in there at Gmail. Okay? All right, and you can email me with those questions or you can post them in the comments. The only problem with that is for some reason I'm not getting part of the comments on my videos. And so I'll get a notification that somebody commented. And then when I click on it, the comment won't show up, or I don't get notifications and don't see a comment. And then all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, all these comments from 2 weeks prior will show up. So if you want immediate answers or pretty close to immediate, email me.
Has anyone else reached the 20 minutes yet?
Not yet. Alicia is almost finished.
She's got
Yeah,
3
mine
minutes.
is.
Oh, excellent. So you turn your burner.
I'll turn my heat off.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Oh, Lazarus. Yes, that's so frustrating, isn't it? A lot of people are really having even more issues than normal with that, too. You're welcome, Sonia.
So we can
Go ahead.
turn off heat off
Are you-
pretty soon.
You're at 20, Susanna?
Yeah.
Yeah, turn your heat
Yep,
off.
turn
You're
your
good.
heat off.
Yep. Alicia's almost there, 225.
So once you've been at pressure for the allotted amount of time, whatever it is, for whatever product you're doing, today we're doing green beans, so it's 20 minutes, then you'll turn your pressure canner off and you will not touch anything on it. Do not touch a thing on it. Don't touch the jiggler or the regulator or the nothing. Just leave it alone. Don't try to force steam out of it to bring it down quicker. Just turn it off and leave it alone.
And some people's canners can take a long time to cool down.
Yes.
Yeah, those All Americans, because they're so thick, there's a lot of them that really take a long time because they're so much thicker.
Yes.
Oh, thank you for sharing that link, Mouse.
You're welcome.
Yes, and Mouse Toast shared a link in the comments, and that's to the video that was for last week on our Preppers Portal, a live stream. We do a live stream together every Wednesday evening, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, where we talk about prepping topics. Last week, our prepping topic was pressure canning. So she went over the pressure canning for beginners, the basics of the anatomy of our canner, safety practices, all of that stuff, what equipment you're going to need. So if you're new to canning, go back and watch that. Some incredible information she shared with us on that live stream.
Okay, Alicia, you can turn your heat off.
Okay.
And then just leave it alone. Good job. We'll wait and let it cool.
Yeah, something interesting that you could do, Alicia, is write down the time now of 3:25, and then we can see how long it takes for your canner to cool down. And when it is completely cooled down, this vent cover lock comes down.
Okay.
And then we'll know how long it takes your particular one.
This is why you never want to walk away from your canner. Mine was fine for a while, and then it started to climb. I've got it all the way on low. So you want to keep a close eye on it. Don't walk away from it.
Mm-hmm.
Steve, turn it off. Time for a nap. There you go.
Yep. No, Stalker Steve, it is not time for a nap because you want to take your jars out, or you're going to get that, what's it called, flat sour taste. You can't nap till you take them out and you set them where they're going to sit unmolested for 24 hours. We're just not those kind of people.
So while we're talking about waiting on canners to cool off and stuff, mine will be done in a couple of minutes, and then I'll turn mine off. But whenever we go to lift the jars later, when we go to lift the jars out after the canner's completely cool, you're not, even though there's water on the top of that lid, do not tilt your jar. Keep it lift straight up. Put it over that water. Most of that water will evaporate off like quickly after you put your jar on your towel or whatever it is you're putting it on.
Right.
Just make sure
I have a low lid. I have a low hood. Sorry. So I have to turn my canner around as I'm taking them out so that I don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart. Just kind of rotate your canner. Oh, that's smart, Susanna.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, because those hoods, a lot of times they do hang down quite low.
Yes.
And yeah. All right.
Got a little stopwatch set too to see how long Alicia's.
Yeah. All right, now I turned mine off, and it was 2:27. So we'll see how long it takes it to cool down.
I'm sorry, Lee. I know I started it.
All right.
You feel free to harass him if you need to, Susanna. You started the jiggler stuff. You just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Southern Ohio preppers always trying to sneak into my canning pantry through the window, so I understand. Just ham soup, so I understand.
Yes, Lee, step away from Chris's jiggler. Stay away from Chris's jiggler, Lee.
Did we lose Trish?
In the side? Was she in the side chat? She was in the side chat, right, Sandra?
Oh, yes, she was. Yeah, Trish. I haven't seen her in here for a while.
She might be in the
Well,
potty.
she takes care of lots of little ones.
Oh,
she
yeah,
takes
that's
care
right.
of lots of
I
little
keep forgetting.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting.
So sometimes she gets a little hooked up with those little ones.
Yeah. I just hope she didn't pass out.
Yeah, no kidding. Ah, so nice. Okay, so mouse toast, what are we waiting on now? We've got our stove turned off, so we're waiting on it to come completely down.
Yeah.
Off the pressure, and then we're going to wait an additional 10 minutes, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. So in our, as I call it, a petcock that it's not, but we learned in our live, the correct name is the vent cover lock lid. We have to wait for this to go up and then vent for 10 minutes to get all the air out of the canner originally. And then when it vented 10 minutes, we put our regulator our weighted jiggler, okay, our weighted gauge on. Then we put those on. We canned for 20 minutes. Once that 20's up, we turn our heat off. And just what you said, Tasha, we're waiting for this. The dial gauge will drop to 0. On mine, the last thing to drop is this, and it's loud. Listen. When it drops, you'll hear it. Then we set a timer for 10 minutes. Then we open our can and take out our jars and set them wherever they're going to sit for overnight or 24 hours.
Right.
Mhm.
So when we open our canner up, we're going to look and make sure that we still have water in our canner.
Yep.
Correct?
Yes.
Make
And
sure.
we can lose water when our stuff messes up. But that's how we learn our canner and our stove. Because I mean, I've moved a lot, and you have different houses and different stoves, and it's like yours just went up a little bit after sitting there so steady, Tasha. It just happens. And I think new canners kind of panic when it happens. And if it goes a little bit below, then we just start the time over. It's only problematic when it's something that's gonna, say that you had 45 minutes into a 75-minute process, and then it goes below it. You're not going to have enough water in it to go another 75 or 45 minutes plus to 75. So that's why you chose a vegetable to do first. And most people love to can green beans too.
While everybody's waiting, Monday, I will be on with, I believe it's 4 p.m. Central, okay? So 5 Eastern. We will be doing, me and Denise Under Pressure, we'll be making homemade mead. So if anybody wants to make homemade mead with us, or they just want to see the process from start to finish, come watch. Join us and ask questions if you need to. Denise will be talking me through making homemade mead for the first time. Mead is basically like a honey wine. Hey, Sarsco, I think it would be good to have as a barter item. Also medicinal purposes in a shift scenario. It would be good for soothing the throat and things like that. So, and kind of helping you relax if you're really stressed or you're sick and you need to get some rest. So yes. Yes, Sonia, make it along with me. If you want to do it on the live stream with me, you're welcome to. You can come up here if you want. Just email me at the email I posted above. I'll post it again. And I'm posting my email. Just a second. I can't think and talk at the same time. So yeah, you can email me at that email. I just posted it in the side chat, and let me know you want to be on the mead live stream this coming Monday, Sonia. Coming Monday, 4 Central.
I'm excited. I think I want to come to that too.
Awesome! Yes. I'll print out the recipe, and I'll take a picture of it, and I'll post a real quick video just showing the full recipe. And I'll see if I can get a complete supplies list from Denise, so everybody will have all the supplies they need and stuff. And if you want to add berries to it or some type of fruit, you can. This first time, I'm just making plain mead. This first time, I'm just making plain honey mead. I'm not adding any fruit to it, but I'll try to see if maybe in a few weeks, if maybe she can come back, maybe in a month, and we can do it with the fruit in it too. So we can try it both ways. So I think that would be awesome. Oh, Sonia, you have to work. Well, that's okay. You can still watch it and do it from the beginning. No, Bella, you don't need your canner. Nope, no canner needed. You just need a pan to warm your stuff up on the stove and dissolve everything, and then you need your jug. I'll get a full list of things that you need. But it's pretty simple. So I think we'll do good. I'll get a supplies list going. Alicia, what's your canner pressure to now?
8.
Oh, going down. It's going down good. Mine's at almost 8 as well. Yep, that'll be fun, Bella. I think it'll be a blast. And Bella and Susanna get up here and make mead with me. Woo-hoo. All right. So
Sounds good to me.
all right, Susanna and Bella. I want to make sure for the mead that I don't forget to email y'all the link. So, and I may email it to you earlier that morning or the night before. You can just come in about 15, 20 minutes early and make sure your camera's set up the way you want it and everything for those that are going to have their countertop showing or their stove top. Because we'll have to warm stuff up on the stove. So anyway, yeah, I'll get a supplies list to make sure I have everything that we need. So you'll have everything ready beforehand.
Yeah, I'll have to see the list, see what I have, see what time I have to go get it before I decide.
Sorry, Sandra.
I have to see the list and see if I have time to go to the store and get everything before I decide if I can join.
Okay. I'll try to get that list. I'll try to get that list from Denise this evening, just to make sure, you know.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll see about getting that list. That way I can get it out to those of you ahead of time, so that you can make sure, double check all your equipment that you have everything. There's not much to it, just mainly a pan and a jug and a funnel. A pan, a clean jug to pour it in, a funnel, and a way to seal the top. I think what she does is like, I think it's just like a piece of plastic wrap over the top, but I can't remember. I'll ask her. Hello, Threads and Jars.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not much to it at all. Like at all. That's what's so wonderful about mead. It's quick and easy to make. Oh, you will need like a special kind of yeast. I forgot about that. Let me look at her recipe here and I'll tell y'all.
And Threads and Jars is here. I was just typing up an email to her on that elevation in feet because she's very good at explaining it. And I checked with my friend who's in the same area as Alicia, who is an avid canner, and she is between 10 and 11 pounds. So at least we nailed that. But I was going to double check with Threads and Jars. I couldn't reach my cannon friend there.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to triple check, Alicia. We did good finding it out fast for a bunch of overalls.
It was my husband.
Yep. He had the info for us. Yep. So I found a little site that is, it's like getdirection.com altitude, and you can put in your city and it shows you elevation and then elevation in feet. And I'm pretty sure that's what Threads and Jars had talked about one night with us. Breaking it down. Great way of explaining things.
Yes.
I am so excited to watch you do things too.
Okay, for the equipment that you're going to need, just to kind of give you all a heads up on the mead making, a gallon jug, glass or plastic, a small plastic bag like for sandwiches, and a rubber band or a balloon. For your ingredients, you need 3 pounds of honey. If you're going to add blueberries, you can do a pound of blueberries, fresh or frozen. A half a packet of yeast, which is like the Lavlin K1V116, which is really good. Lalvin, Lalvin, Lalvin. So you need a half packet of that and a quarter teaspoon of bread yeast. Optional is 1 teaspoon of yeast nutrient, 1 teaspoon acid blend, and a quarter teaspoon tannin. See, I can't use tannin in mine because I'm allergic to tannins. It makes my headache worse. So, yep. And then you need a large pot. And probably a thermometer so you can make sure your water's up to 180 degrees. And a lid to cover it. So I will put this in a separate video, but just in case y'all want to get a head start, that's what we need.
This is cool. What sign you put? She got special yeast for her mead. Check your local brewer supply. She got both sweet and dry mead yeast. I'm so anxious to watch this of how y'all do this.
Kathleen, I think you can use regular yeast. It's just going to change the flavor a bit. All right, Bella, you're welcome. Thanks for coming by. Just double checking on my burners. Bella, I will screenshot this recipe and email it to you, or I'll text it to you, okay?
You too, Bella. See you later.
Dang it. I missed it. Oh my goodness. Okay.
All right, we were at 16 minutes. Still waiting for that vent cover to drop for Alicia's to see how long hers takes.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for mine.
Okay, the same.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Susanna.
Yeah, me too.
Because what I can do.
Oh, go ahead, Mouse.
No, you go ahead, Natasha.
Threads and jars, we're going to make mead, honey wine.
What I'll usually do in the time I'm waiting for, once I turn the heat off and it's safe to leave, my kitchen living area, that open plan, I'll usually take my big thing of scraps. I'll either have stuff to put in the compost or go down and dump like fat if I'm canning chicken to the fish in the marsh. And then I know it's safe to walk out the room. So I don't remember how long it normally takes. But years ago, I had written down, well, it would have been 9 years ago here, how long it took my canner to cool down. But it's such a relief when you can turn the heat off and you don't have to watch it. And it is noisy, the steam, the canner, the whole thing. Most of us like the noise, but when you turn it off, you realize how loud it was.
Yes. I'm trying to find. See, this is the yeast like she recommends using if you can find it. I ordered it.
Let me see it. Lalvin. Oh.
Yeah.
Do you have a link for that, maybe to Amazon, just so people could get a good visual? Or
yeah, hold on. I'm still trying to find that recipe because that was for the blueberry one, I think. I'm trying to find just the honey mead. I'll just message her. So now let me find that Lalvin on Amazon. Well, I don't have any way. Let me see. Which one was it? It was the. Got to go back to my messages. Sorry, and go up and find that pic. I'll just put myself on the full screen so y'all can see that pic. Where is it?
That's funny, Mouse.
It's such a transition, Sandra, because I had, almost black hair. And when you're trying to make that adjustment, it's like, oh my God, colors of clothes look horrible on you. Oh, you got it, Tasha?
Okay.
So there you go. And it's gluten-free for those that are wondering about that.
Wow.
Yeah, mine was blonde and started going dark. And I'm just now starting to see some actual, a few days here and there.
Yes. And it is so weird. You get these. I had wavy curly hair. And so you get these wild ones. And Threads and Jars was saying at 38 discovered it was going silver. Well, mine happened at 24 and I sort of got a skunk streak. And so I was coloring my hair because it was hot where I was and the sun was fading it, right? And the whole texture of your hair changes. And I didn't want to get my hair stripped at all, but I so don't miss spending $175 every 5 weeks to get my hair and sitting in that chair for an hour and a half with a non-fascinating hairstylist.
Okay, so this is actually the one that she first recommended to me. That other one that I showed you was like, it was a new one, like if you're that's supposed to taste really good with fruits.
Okay.
So this is the one I have, and this is the one I will use. So it's the same company, it's a different number on there.
K1V1116, Tasha. I'm trying to type it in the chat.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. So that's the one I have, and that's the one I'll be using. I'm sure either one. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and you'll need some regular bread yeast too, I believe. So that's what the recipe shows. So now I'm going to get me off full screen.
But Lazarick, once you get a pint of tomato powder of your own, it is like such a victory. But yes, it is mega time consuming. Yep, save a fortune, Kathleen. But everything changes. If you wear makeup, the shirts you can wear, if you used to look good in black or deep red, you look terrible in it as a gray or silver hair because you will look you look like a ghost. And then you have it's so
washed out.
Yes. Yeah. I don't care what we all look bad on these webcams, right, from our laptops. But in real life, you don't have to look that hideous. It's just not okay. You scare people.
Yeah. I'm letting mine go. Mine is coming in white. So, like my grandmother's. So, yay. So.
Very nice. And tomato powder, when you make your own, doesn't last forever unless you keep it in a dark pantry. And it was one of the channels that we used to love. Shoot. And of course, I had it on my elderly brain 2 seconds ago. And she would get the tomato powder in the big number 10 cans from like Argosy Farms or something, but didn't have a heat and cold or a air conditioned storage room. And within, I think it was 13 months, the cans started to bulge. But I've never had it go bad in my pint jar in my dark pantry or my elevator shaft.
Oh, Leslie. Well, that's how mine is. Mine's going from brown, and then I mean, it doesn't look like I have much, but I actually have quite a bit in there, like just white, just coming in pure white. Which I'm glad it's coming in like my grandma, my grandma's did. So.
Because usually when you go gray first, and if it's sunny, like if you're in Louisiana, Texas, or here, you can get that bronzing look where you have to use the purple shampoo because it actually looks yellow. But once you get the silver going, it's all uphill. But I never got the curls back. So, and that I hated because I wasn't used to not having curly hair. Of course, you hate it when you're a teenager. You're ironing it literally. They didn't have straighteners then. Signs of earned wisdom, Kathleen said. Spot on. All right. And Alicia and Susanna, has your vent cover dropped yet?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
mine-
25 minutes for them to cool down till that drops.
Well,
Yeah,
hey,
so
Stuart, I have no idea why there are 5 thumbs down. Maybe I just got people out there that love to hate me. It's okay.
Listen, haters got to hate, and I might have a small troll army. I'm just saying. But, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, my pressure's just dropping at 0 now, so it should be dropping here pretty soon.
It makes a loud noise, too. You can be down the hall and hear it clink.
It goes clink. Yep.
Bet Alicia's getting close, too, if Susanna's is.
Mine's at almost 3 pounds, so it won't be too long before it does.
Yep. Lazarus, that's cute.
Nah, Lazarus. Just let them hate. That's fine.
Yeah, and I have my comments set to approval first, just so the nastiness can't show up, so they can't really get you. You start reading the first 3 lines, you go, yeah, delete. Nothing's gonna stop our good attitude, right? It's I'll give you an example. If you watch most kayak fisher channels, they'll usually have like a girl in a bikini, okay, and something that attracts it. And here I am, an old broad, right, out there kayaking in a tidal creek and a sit on top, and I get the most awesome messages from guys who have kayak channels. You know, they got 4 GoPros and they've got sponsored gear, and I'm using like what my husband says, redneck gear, right? I'm a keep it simple kind of person, and that is the only place I have not got trolled comments, because they're like, you got the guts to go out there and film, right? Catching it, struggling to unhook it, and they're very encouraging. And they said, I should have thought of that, before I put my girlfriend out there in a bikini. And so it just kind of tickled me. Hey, BC, that you could actually get encouragement from a community instead of the canning prepping community of all that argument. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. ABC.
I think it's so nice of them to be encouraged. These are young guys, late 20s into their mid 30s, getting sponsored by Pelican. And I'm like, heck yeah, man.
Yep.
I don't ever want to be an impediment to people, or discourage someone, It's just not the people we are.
Yeah. I'm the same.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody on here knows that I'm I'm not here to try to take over like a regular canning type deal. We just wanted to kind of get something like this under our belts. First of all, I hadn't canned in a while, so I wanted my canning guru Mouse Toes to talk me through it, just
Mine
to
just
make
dropped.
sure I'm not getting any steps and all of that. So hopefully they know, everybody knows that I'm not trying to take over somebody's canning sessions or criticize anybody or anything like that. That's not what this is about. This is just, I wanted to do it, and I knew there was a few people that had only canned a couple of times or hadn't canned at all, like Alicia, and I knew that this would be a good way. We can all just walk through it step by step together, just slowly and carefully, so that I didn't forget anything. So I figured, why not make it a teaching moment? So
Yes. And to remember, like we said at the beginning, I've helped people in private chats who did not want to come, on live stream to sort of be their canon Sherpa, because Tasha
Right.
talked about it too. We were both nervous at first. I grew up canning with my dad, right? So he would tell me, holler at me when the petcock's up, which of course is the vent cover. He would yell, go in there and pokey Joe. That's where you get those things from.
yeah.
So when that happens, it's the people. And so people have been willing to come on alive. And I like Susanna, she doesn't have to show her kitchen, but they're not afraid to do it now. But I've probably done 35 of these with people in private chats. It was certainly easier when it was Hangouts, remember? So, and then we just have to make sure after we do it, we don't post that because it was a private live. You know what I mean?
Right.
Exactly.
So
Mhm.
mine dropped. Do I
Yeah.
take off the jiggler now?
You can take off your jiggler now, and then you're going to wait 10 minutes to open your canner. That's awesome. Okay, let me see. Susanna, that took, let me get my timer, 28 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, because yours
That's
was
not
the
too
same.
bad.
No, that's excellent.
Yes, Stuart, it is. But I'm not trying to take anybody's place on here, and I want to make that perfectly clear. I'm just, like I said, I just wanted to walk through something. And I mean, we may do this every once in a while, but this is not going to be a every week thing, or probably even of an every month thing. This is just, we wanted to do something for fun, to just kind of walk through the steps together. And so,
And remembers, and Tasha's not doing anything for views, anything like that. She's not monetized. She hopes to get monetized, but that still wouldn't be the reason she does it. I mean, I've been sitting here on my butt in this chair for 2 hours, had a hair emergency, right? Okay. And had to get up and get something more to drink. And so it takes a lot of effort. And it takes a lot of effort on the part of the people who are nice enough to do streaming, like Susanna, Sandra, and Alicia, to do it too. So it's just, this may be, it's maybe something we do once every 3 months or something, but it's not anything to do for views. We've never given two fat figs, right? What's going on there?
yeah.
I've always thought of YouTube as YouTube University. If I watch people can, I still go and verify it in a trusted resource, so. And I don't know, I find it easier to be nice. If I don't like people, I don't watch their channel. I don't like a bunch of cussing, all that stuff. I don't watch, but I don't go talk smack about them. Comment,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think we're grown-ups, and we should be past something like that. So
Right.
thank you, Stuart. I appreciate it.
Right.
Yes,
If I see something and I don't like it, I just go somewhere else.
Yep. I don't
Yeah,
even
that's how I am.
Yeah. I don't want to hurt people. I don't want to thumb somebody down. I just exit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But here's
Right.
the thing about thumbs down. For people who want views, it moves you up in the algorithm, right? A view is a view, a thumb up is a view, a thumb down is a view. Like, ooh, what's going on over there, right? You ever scroll through when you put something in? We were just talking about tomato powder, how to dehydrate tomatoes. And then you go and they go, oh my God, they got 151 thumbs down, right? Ooh, let me go see what's shaking over there. And then you realize it's if there's a dehydrating community, they got drama or groups against each other. We saw it back in the prepper chat days where we could freely talk about things that happened before last year. and the issues of stores not having food and stuff. It always turns to drama. It does. But we're nerds. We're canon nerds. You know, Tasha's a homesteader. I'm a fishing lunatic. We just are who we are, and we don't care. You can call us chubby. You can call us old.
I used to worry about that stuff. I used to get stressed about that stuff, but
yeah.
I don't know. The Lord's given me peace on that. It's like, it's okay. You know, if somebody doesn't like me, it's okay. They don't have to like me. If somebody, I can't let their feelings towards me rob me of my peace,
Yes.
So Lord, if I've done something to offend them, Lord, help me see that so that I can set it right. And if it's nothing that's been wrong on my part, Lord, help them to see that on their side. So that's all I can do.
Citizen Guardian made a good side chat. In recent times, it seems as though people are constantly either being overly sensitive or overly defensive. Right. It's strange times. We can have you can be religious, non-religious. We don't care. Yeah. And if you don't like it, I just won't watch a channel I don't like, but I also will not hinder or hurt that channel. I don't know if they count on the monetization. And there are a lot of people who are homebound, okay, who like mukbang channels. I had a friend ask me who's recently divorced and, of course, had twins. And, at 18, they're gone. So you're not only go through empty nest, you go through a divorce. And she asked, why are there all these mukbang channels? And the people will say, who's eating with me today? Nobody wants to really sit on there and eat dinner, but the person doing it oftentimes is alone, and the people watching are alone. So it gives an outlet for people, and that they can watch and have some company. And the side chat banter is usually really fun in those, unless people are making fun of someone obese, which is just not a mukbang I watch. But I have sat down and opened a jar and ate my own pulled pork sandwich, watching a real nice, for me, Christian mukbanger, who between bites will talk about something. So sometimes
that's fun.
You need that company. And what they do is they just hide unsavory side chatters who want to talk about their teeth or their weight or anything like that. So I think, and Morgan just told us, what are there, over a billion? What did you say, Threads and Jars? YouTube has 2.3 billion creators. Everybody does it different. Don't worry about stepping on toes, but people get hung up in a community.
Well, but it's different because this community is smaller than that. Like in my little community, and I don't want to offend anybody or make them think I'm trying to take somebody's spot or I'm like dogging on anybody or anything like that. Hey, Fishes and Loaves. Hey, the milkmaid. Good to see you, ladies.
It done went down. I done took the regular off.
Okay.
All right.
So you're going to set up to 10 minutes. So it took 28 minutes, Alicia, for yours to come down. I'm sorry, that was Susanna. Yours was 34.
I'm going to have my stopwatch so I can.
That's what I'm using too.
Well, actually, I already did. I was 2:27, so I don't know what I was thinking. I should have set the stopwatch. Next time I'll do that, but I've still got it. I wrote down 2:27, and it still hasn't come down yet. So
perfect. But at least you know.
Milkmaid wants to know how many timers you have going there, Mouse Toes.
I had three, just three.
Oh, Mouse Toes rocks. She's so awesome.
Yeah, and I was not sold to Lazarus Homestead until Sandra put the link in the side chat. Like, how the heck did that happen?
Oh,
thank you, Citizen Guardian.
Yeah, my mods, please share channel links that you want to share. If you are subbed to somebody out there and you have their link, please put it out there. You're more than welcome to.
Oh, he says, Tasha, you have to read. I'm going to read BC Truck's thing. I used to get a lot of bald, fat guy since it seems I can outwork most fully haired young folks, these comments have nearly ceased. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's why I always
Definitely.
say, hey, Sandra.
It is done.
Yes. The 10 minutes is up.
They are up.
Woohoo! How old is
And
who,
I'll-
Sarsco?
I always say I'm 100 years old, remember?
Whatever.
Well, let me tell you where that came from. It came from getting comments of, oh my God, you're 100 years old. Why are you on YouTube? So instead of
Okay,
saying
do
you know,
y'all-
I was 60,
do y'all-
62, I say I'm 100 years old.
Did y'all see how Sandra lifted her lid? So she turned it, and then when she tipped the lid away from her where that steam wasn't going into her face and burning her. Okay? So
Ripping on her toes.
Got it.
or dripping on her toes. Yes. Oh, she's gonna take those beautiful jars out. We're gonna watch. Okay.
I'm going full screen because I want to see that vibrant green.
Oh, don't
yeah,
tell
let
me
me-
full screen.
No, we won't. I'm just making my screen full and you're in the bottom right. We will not present you.
Oh, we don't need to see me.
Oh, please let me present you.
She doesn't want to. Look at that.
I clicked it. I'm sorry, but if you want me to unclick it, I will.
That's okay. I don't care.
You look beautiful.
I love processing jars out of the canner. Look at them bubbling.
Look at that. They're awesome. Oh, it did smell it.
That
It's
is awesome,
beautiful.
Sandra. And notice she has no beans floating because she used her Pokey Joe and got as many beans in there as she could. Safely,
Yes, I did.
with 1 inch headspace. Excellent. And I think she's doing what Susanna said. Sometimes she has to turn her canner so she can pull them straight up, by the low vent hood or a microwave
Right.
or whatever. That is perfect form, Sandra. Jar straight up.
Look at that. I can't wait.
It's like watching a gymnast.
Oh,
Or
it's so
an ice skater.
awesome.
She's going to do a triple axel.
Yay.
That is radical. 7.
It's beautiful, darling. It's beautiful.
Now, see, now, Tasha, I love how she puts her jar lifter. See, she makes it stand up. I always lay mine down and I struggle to pick it up. Why did I think of that?
I know. She's making me look bad. No.
Have a great day, BC.
Bye, BC. Love you. Thanks for coming by. That's so awesome. Yes, she is an excellent teacher. She definitely is. And she makes it fun. That's right. That's the moment we all watch for. I still have to wait for my vent cover to drop and then wait another 10 minutes. It's killing me, people.
It's torture. It is. It can be torture.
It's torture, man. It's torture.
Alicia's got 5:33 left. This is very exciting. And we're going to see how much water's left in Alicia's canner after we take them out, since we're trying to learn the burners, which anybody does. Well, I don't care if you've been canning 20 years. You move into a new house to you, right? And if whether you went from gas or flat stove or whatever, or electric, right? Then there's going to be, and so I think it's perfect. We figured it out now. We got to start on this one. We move there. Because I have to do the same thing I always have here.
Yep.
Yeah, see, threads and jars. Watched another group of canners that just didn't work out. She likes this kind of session. We all try to be encouraging. We also
Thank you,
tell our
threads and
mistakes.
jars.
We tell our mistakes.
Yeah. And thank you for your suggestion on the just Googling your what your altitude is or your elevation is, because sometimes if you live in a city like Colorado Springs that has so many greatly varying altitude or elevations, then you need to make sure on mine and Mouse Toes' video she shared from last Wednesday, she shared a link to an app that you can use to find out your exact elevation for the location that you're at. So you can go back and find that link.
Breads and jars broke it down of altitude in feet for us. And it's not just looking up your altitude or sea level, as most of us like to call it. Oh, and I'd like to point out, 2 people pulled their thumbs down back because I taught them. It gave us a view. We still got the view, and then taking it back gave us you another view. So if you were monetized, they would have given you 3 views, because that's how you get monetization. So much winning. Okay, it's so dumb. It's like pennies, for God's sake, but she's not even monetized. Yeah, it's like people. It's like organizing your house, like things with like things. If your husband says, "Where are the staplers?" I don't know. Where do we keep staple supplies or office supplies? Like things with like things. I don't go there in my canning jars, or I slipped them in a box with my lids, often called flats by people who drive me insane. And to fishes and loaves, making jam is not a better way to start, and I'll tell you why. Jam will not always set. Or jelly, like I made strawberry jam or jelly. And so it's a little hard to get that right. You want to can something that you're going to succeed at. Carrots. If your first canning session is carrots, and what happens if you run your canner out of water or your carrots aren't good? They're just carrots, right? So you try to do something that doesn't cost you a lot of money and won't hurt your feelings. And what I was saying earlier is we will put in our community page errors that we make because we're not perfect, right? Oh, wow, I had to let my canner cool down after 40 minutes in chicken because I don't know, I fell asleep in my old lady recliner and I didn't hear the pressure change, so I had to start over. We're not embarrassed. It's just real life. We're normal people.
Oh, Kathleen sent me pictures. I'm trying to open it on my email. It may just take a second.
Yes.
Oh, here. Let me present so we can show Kathleen's beautiful pictures. Here's one of them. Just a second as soon as my full screen comes up, y'all.
Oh,
there we go.
We're full screen
There's
challenge.
one of them. Looky. Congratulations, Kathleen.
Kathleen. Just
Oh.
Now let me see the other one. Oh.
9.
Look how beautiful.
Oh my God. See,
Good
this
job.
this is canning porn.
Oh, wow.
For jars, and now Kathleen you're in canning porn. I love this. Like
Look how many.
Sandra got 16. That's amazing, girls. Way to go.
Good job.
Okay, so I open it now.
Let me check your time on my timer. Hang on.
Let me see a big
Yes.
screen. Hold on.
You got 48 seconds on mine, but to me, that's damn close enough. That's not like 4 minutes. You know what I mean?
Woo, those are beautiful, Susanna.
Yes.
Yes, they are.
Yay.
Good job. Oh, God. Susanna, you nailed it too. How many, Susanna?
Thank you.
Is that
All right.
8?
How much water do you have in your canner?
Alicia.
It looks the same.
Excellent.
Yay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So you didn't have any siphoning. Good job.
Oh,
Straight
one
up.
Yeah,
One just
mine
popped.
looks the same too.
Good,
Oh,
Susanna.
one just already popped.
Yep, see, there's the
That's
timer. Alicia.
Alicia. Here, I'm going to put her on big screen. Alicia. I'm putting you on big screen. Don't tilt your jar. Don't tilt your jar.
Pretty.
Yep.
So good.
Yep. All right.
2 of them.
Oh,
Good
job.
job.
Awesome.
I'm so excited. Oh, my deal stopped, so now I can set my timer. So it'll be 10 minutes on mine.
Okay, you got a timer or you want me to set it?
Yep, I got it.
Okay.
I already started. Oh my gosh, this is awesome.
It smells so good.
Yes.
Good.
This is
I'm so
fantastic.
excited for you.
This is beyond cool.
Y'all pop my cherry.
Yes, right here on the live Saturday afternoon. Tell you, I'm gonna need another cigarette and a glass of wine. I feel like putting on some fishnet stockings. Yes, this is sexy. That is so cute, Alicia.
I'm so see, it's not that hard, is it, Alicia? It just takes a little bit of. It's just nerve-wracking at first because you don't want to mess anything up.
Yes.
Right.
But you did a great job. Yay! Ta-da!
So cool.
Yay.
Her brand new kitchen. Her husband is her tech Sherpa, and she got, and still doesn't have all
Congratulations,
the house
Alicia.
unpacked.
That's so exciting.
3, 6, 8.
Oh, they're pinging.
Yes.
They're pinging. It's a beautiful sound.
This is awesome.
I know it is. We have about 8.5 minutes. Not quite 8 minutes. Not quite 8 minutes. Yeah. And then I'll be loving mine. Oh, I can take this off, right? Okay.
Mouse test.
Yes.
Now I still have water in mine, but it has decreased a little bit. Is that okay?
Yes, because you had yours double stacked. Is that right?
No, I didn't.
No, but you have the big tall canner that you can double stack.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. So that is normal. It's just whenever like we have to adjust pressure on something like doing carrots and we need to do it for 20 minutes and we struggle to keep our pressure up or above where it should be, we just want to make sure we don't run out of water. You know, that can happen when you end up at 15 pounds of pressure, you can run out of water. So no, you did great because your jars are freaking gorgeous and you know your time to vent and your time to process was spot on.
Thank you.
You did good.
Thank
and
you,
they're
Citizen
gorgeous.
Guardian.
Mhm.
Citizen Guardian says, this was so awesome. Well done to you all. Very cool. Thank you. And I think this is an important part of prepping that a lot of people overlook, you know. And, you know, just like Ghost on his live stream, you know, men can too, you know.
Yes.
It's not a non-masculine thing to can. It's just a way, another way of prepping, putting food up for your family.
Yes.
So,
Question.
yeah.
How can you tell if it's pain?
You'll hear it.
You'll hear
Yeah.
it, and then also
Yes,
it'll
you will.
suck that button down in the center. But don't worry about that just yet. Just
Don't
leave them alone.
touch
Don't touch your jars. Yep. Don't molest your jars for 24 hours.
Step away from the jars, Alicia.
Yeah, you'll hear them popping. I was hearing
Thanks,
mine
Kurt.
popping as I was taking them out.
Yeah, she had some of them popping when she was taking them out too. Some of them
Yeah.
take a little longer. If they don't end up sealing, you can take them and put them in your refrigerator or use them immediately. You can do that, but I bet they'll all seal.
It's just exciting. It's exciting just to hear the pop.
Yes.
It is.
I know.
And Suburban Hillbilly had a good idea, Tasha, and said, show them a jar with a good seal without the rings so they know tomorrow. Because remember,
Yeah.
you're going to leave these jars sitting not covered with a towel, not being bothered by you. Leave the ring on. And tomorrow, you'll come to those jars and you'll push the top, leaving the ring on. If it feels solid, you could usually the ring is loose, right? If you've done something like tomato sauce, you might have to twist it. But Suburban has a good point. So what you do tomorrow I don't mean at 3 in the morning because it's 4 in the afternoon now, right? We're talking 4 tomorrow. You take that ring off and you hold that jar up by the lid. I've got it by the lid. If this were not sealed, the lid would pop off and these black-eyed peas would fall into my hand in the jar. But of course, they would crash onto my laptop first. So if you can control yourself till 4 o'clock tomorrow, because it's 4:20 now or whatever time it is in the city you live in, 24 hours, leave the ring there. Don't cover them with a towel. That's why they say do not molest your children. Them undisturbed for 24 hours. Then when you take those off, they all sealed, you take that over to some soapy water and wash this whole jar and lid, right? Because it's sealed. It ain't, I mean, you don't drop it in a sink full of soap. I just fill a little bit of my sink with hot water, set my jars in it, get my dish rag soapy, wash it to get any grease so you don't get ants in your pantry. That is so exciting, Alicia. Sandra and Susanna rocking theirs, but today we popped a new Canner's cherry in their brand new kitchen. This is a day to be remembered.
Thank you, everybody in chat.
Yes.
Everybody's so proud of you.
Yes.
I am too.
And all
We
we
all
want
are.
to know is Canner's is that we followed the steps. The first time I canned chicken without my dad, Vern and I were like, okay, do you want to eat that tonight? No, tomorrow. And then tomorrow, you want to eat that tonight? No, tomorrow. Only because I was alone. It's like being a farmer, right? You farmed with your dad. Your dad died at 80. He always told you when it's time to side dress, with nitrates and stuff like that. When they pass on and the farm is yours, you're afraid you can't do it, right? Because you always had that partnership. So all it is to me is this is teamwork of let's give it a try. And the worst thing can happen is some of your jars don't seal. And you know what you do? It's green beans in this case. Put them in your damn refrigerator. Cook up some bacon and onion in your little in your little pot and eat them. They'll still be freaking fabulous. They just won't be shelf stable. Who the hell doesn't want to eat green beans all the time?
Suburban Hillbilly says, wonderful job, ladies. Thank you. And Threads and Jars says, I'm impressed with the support, encouragement, and fun. You are all great. Thank you, Threads and Jars. We kind of like you too.
Yeah. And you'll never hear Suburban Hillbilly, posting in a side chat trying to discourage people or be a turd. Always uplifting. Oh, I struggled at that first. Very honest, right? I hear what you're saying. And just, I don't know, that's who we are. That's who Threads and Jars is, right? Is we can learn together. And when we make mistakes, it ain't the end of the world. Do you remember the first time you ever changed your own oil, okay, in your car? And the first question your dad says is, did you have any parts left over? Right? So, yeah. Well, I had this pointy thing. Well, of course, that'd be your dipstick, you idiot. Okay. There's all kinds of ways, you have to get things down to a science. But I've been canning 100 years and I refuse not to make myself that note of fence start. What's my headspace? Anything. I mean, real life is happening. My phone's rang 2 times since I've been doing this. Like, get off me. I'm trying to do something more important,
Right.
Because canning is life. Well, that and fishing.
Well, yeah. I'm trying to get a good angle on my counter so when I'm lifting.
Okay, I think that's it.
All right. Well, I have 45 seconds to go.
Okay, and Uncle Al told us we have to do the opposite of what we think. It is addicting, Lazarus. Yeah, because it's so exciting storing food. And boy, last year, who the hell didn't can, who didn't go in there and appreciate when they couldn't find that food in the store that they had it canned on their pantry. That was the magic for me. See, you're standing up your jar lifter too. Everybody knows this trick but me, clearly.
No, I just did it because she did it. I'm a copycatter.
Yes.
I'm a copycatter.
Now we're all canning videos and we do that, they're going to go, oh, they watch Sandra can.
That's right.
Sandra's going to get a reputation, a gooder one.
That was my timer.
And Kathleen, I think I did the same thing because I used to love petty point, needle point, making mosaic art, but it hurts my shoulders now because I'm older, and I may have replaced crafting with canning. Yeah, that's it's a more better hobby. Oh, get out of town, threads and jars. She scored. Sandra is very smart. She is clever, milkmaid for sure. The girl got tricks, and she just taught us one.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yep.
That's my credit, though.
This has turned into a chat of just stuff happening, you know?
There we go. There's the first
And
one.
how bad do y'all think Alicia wants to go over there and touch those jars? You know she does. We're just
You
cracking
put
her
me on full
oily.
screen.
Oh, oily, Tasha. That's so
Oh,
vibrant.
wow.
Nice. But see, Alicia's over there looking at them jars. You see her? She wants to touch them. I knew she did. I said, she's up to no good over there. I can feel it. Pretty. Oh, I like those little, what do you call it? Smallmouth. They look cute and squatty.
Yeah, they do.
This is, if you ever eat, once you can your own first green bean and you eat it, you will never in your life be able to open a can of commercially canned Green Giant. You're like, that ain't even got no flavor.
Nope.
Oh, that will ruin it, Sarsco. Yes, indeed. Carpal tunnel ain't no joke. I got a pinched nerve in my neck one time that I swear was from petty point. But I think that's what kids are going to get today who are always got their head down on their phone, you know? I think it's the same thing. The milkmaid and Trish, I had to get mine on Amazon. All right. See, oily. Tasha's getting excited. She's smelling them. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, they smell good. Whoop. They smell real good.
Oh, those look awesome.
Yes.
Ta-da! There's
10
the
pints.
money shot, folks.
Oh, my God. 10 pints.
Wow.
That's unreal.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you all. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Ms. Mouse, for talking us through all of this and walking us through it all. You were awesome and the best co-hostess in the whole world.
It was fun. And we have to remember, I have a 7-second lag with Alicia. Somebody remember that because I can't remember numbers. Yeah, she did so freaking awesome while we're I'm like, turn it down. And of course, I couldn't see she'd already done it right. That was so good. And to her husband for helping. Oh my God, he was amazing.
You was. Well, all right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. We all have our stuff out of the canners. So I think we're good. And yeah, I think the only one that was canning in the side chat with us was Kathleen.
Yes.
And Kathleen already sent us pics. So thank y'all so much for watching. Oop, just got my first ding. My first ping back there behind me. Woo!
Alicia, when we go off the air, you do not touch those jars. Your husband's going to rat to us if you do.
All right. Thank y'all so much for watching. God bless. If you have any questions, put them in the comments or email me at cllmecrzy@gmail. And also, again, if you want to be a part of the canning mead, go through what ingredients that I mentioned earlier in this, and I will also post an ingredient list and an equipment list for you guys probably later today on my community page. So be watching for that. All right. Thank y'all so much for watching. I love y'all. God bless. And remember, guys, to prep for it. Prep for it all. Okay.
Thank you.
Love you.
Bye.
Thanks.
Donna and Sandra.